Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I lost it. Three guys and a bear. It's just two guys today. And here's Coach Brendor.
Hey, it's two guys and a bear.
Two guys and a bear.
Two guys and a bear. What's going on, everybody? Apollo's in Mexico and Sinvicta is Sinvicta. So here we are.
I still believe he'll come back eventually.
He has appeared in our football chats. So I mean, he is watching.
The Jets having the Jets Schadenfreude. How do you say that?
Schadenfreude.
Yeah.
Schadenfreude. That summoned him back into our chat. So
he was laughing at the sadness of Rob, really. Which it shouldn't.
That could be the tagline for the podcast. Laughing at the sadness of Rob.
Yeah, basically. I mean, it is kind of amazing as an aside that in all the time that we've done the fucking podcast, which is a while now, the Jets have not been good.
They've gotten worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been impressive.
Worse. Yeah.
It really is. But I don't think we talked about this last week because I think this happened the day after, whatever. But Aaron Rodgers is like, yeah, I'm coming back, and I'm going to be coming back faster than you've ever seen.
Yeah, so that's a fun thing he's doing that he likes to do a lot. It's called lying.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, when we make our playoff run, I'm like, sorry to tell you, but I don't think that's happening.
Yeah, Aaron, I don't know if you were aware, but they went into the season with Zach Wilson as your backup. So,
back to the ayahuasca hut there, bud.
Yeah. And so now, in fairness, they're doing it's a new thing that they're doing with the Achilles. They like put some
rip it out.
I mean, well, kind of like they put some like meat at the top, and and like it
season it. Yeah.
Obviously, I'm a doctor.
Yeah, obviously
from my
expert. Where this is coming from,
yeah, but they put a little, they slap a little cold cuts on there and then cover it up. And anyway, it's been done before by this doctor with a couple of athletes, and it turned the Achilles injury from a 12-month recovery to a 5-month recovery. However, yeah, the problem is the ones that he's done it before to guys that are like 24. So Aaron Rodgers is 40. I
mean, even with that, that's still 5 months. That's still like February, right? Like,
yes. Yeah.
And he's 40.
Yeah, and he's 40.
Yeah. No. So
he ain't coming back. He's not coming back this year. He's probably not coming back at all. The dude's lying.
I think he'll be back next year. I think he's stubborn enough to where he will at least give it another go to be like, I'm going to prove everyone wrong. Because he's that, like, even on the thing, he's like, give me your doubts, right? Like, it doesn't even matter if he plays again and he's bad. He wants to, like, try playing again. And I think he will. And because it's the Jets, he's going to play again and be bad, and then he'll retire.
Yep.
Here's what this is my prediction.
Yep.
And we can note this for the future.
Yep.
He might think that he's coming back next year, and he might even think that the recovery is going to go well and stuff, and maybe it will, and I hope the best for him in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
However, I know this Jets team. We are not going to win pretty much any. I was looking at our schedule. We have maybe 4 wins, 4 in the maybe wins column. Okay, so by the time we get to December, the cacophony of noise from New York sports media and fans, including probably myself, calling for the heads of Robert Saleh, Nathaniel Hackett, and pretty much everyone in the Jets organization, Joe Douglas, is going to be so loud that I don't think I think the team is going to actually completely implode this year. Like, I think it's all coming down. And
God, I hope so.
I don't. God damn you!
That'd make for great podcasting.
when
That's true.
if that happens, then there's going to be nowhere for Aaron Rodgers to return to, and he might ultimately just decide to retire. This is my guess.
No, that's
like
the Viking arc. That's where he goes to the Vikings.
like to put it into perspective, after the week 2 game played 2 days ago,
Mm.
Brees Hall already subtweeted the Jets and then deleted the tweet. So like
Oh no.
we're all guys, it's off the rails. It's already gonna it's I've seen this before many times.
But I mean, they can still trade for somebody, right? Like maybe that's
Robert
what they
Saleh
do.
came out also after the game and said we are not going after a
Yeah,
quarterback
but
this week.
they say that, but he's saying it because he doesn't want his, Zach Wilson to be like, oh, geez, a lot of time. But
Right.
a lot of times they still will do those things. Like there's plenty of
Yeah.
stories where they're like, they told me they were never going to trade me, and then they traded me.
Right, true.
Like,
But I mean, I don't know, like who do they trade for at this point?
oh,
Right? Like
there's
I don't even
probably just anybody that can play quarterback. I would just guess.
That's very well. See, that's the thing is that like if that's the ask, then just fucking pick up Carson Wentz. We should have done that week 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if they aren't, Robert Saleh is saying publicly that they're not going to do it, which boggles the mind to me because our QB room right now, by the way, is Zach Wilson, QB2, Tim Boyle.
Yep. Former Packer backup great Tim Boyle, yes.
Yep. I think he's older than Aaron Rodgers.
I don't think he is, but
Yeah.
he's not good.
Yes.
So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's listen, he says they're not going to trade. They're not going to trade yet. All right.
Yeah.
They're going to do something. If he's still not looking good by week 4, I would say they're going to be like, all right, we need to do something because I don't want to get fired. Like it's going to happen. But either way, Jets football, everybody. So we also had some other fun news. Deshaun Watson is doing terribly, so that's great.
Yeah, that is good.
That's top of the fun news list for sure.
Yep.
funnest.
In fact, we've hit a point where people are making posts like how and when the Cleveland Browns can get out of the Watson contract. And like, here's the thing. Just even if you put aside the fact that he's a shitty person, right? Like, he's not doing well. Like, if it was just a contract for even somebody we liked, we'd be like, yeah, this guy sucks.
Yeah.
Right? $250 million for like what he's doing. Like, it's really bad.
I mean, we were saying it at the time when they were even doing it, is that like, okay, sure, Deshaun Watson several years ago was good on the Texans, but then the last year that he played, he was not good, and the team wasn't good, and then he sat out for 2 years. One of them being partially due to his atrocious personal character.
Yeah.
So, we were saying that like, yeah, it could very well be that he just stinks afterwards, and it looks like, yeah, he just stinks now.
Yeah.
One of the headlines on the NFL subreddit today is Watson lost 25 expected points from turnovers and sacks against the Steelers, which ranks him in the bottom first percentile since 2018.
Yeah.
So he's not having a tremendously positive impact in any dimension of his existence, really. He's just sort of is kind of an anchor.
And
Yeah.
once we get to the game, we'll get more into it. But I think from this point forward, considering their primary offensive weapon is no longer with them.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Nick Chubb. Right?
That's a big blow. It's a big blow not only to the Cleveland Browns' chances this year, but also to our odds of ever wanting to cheer for them in any capacity.
That was really the one player I was like, yeah, the Browns got Nick Chubb. I like Nick Chubb. And now
He's
I'm
cool.
like, well, it's pretty much it. Now I don't care about the through 2 weeks, Deshaun Watson, 37 of 66, 359 yards, 2 TDs, 2 picks with a 69.05 passer rating for 230 million guaranteed American football dollars.
Yep.
Of
And
the 34 quarterbacks eligible for ranking so far this year, he ranks 31st.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hold on. Bear, is Zach Wilson below him?
No.
Oh!
No, he's not.
Minor victory.
Zach Wilson, 29th.
Let's
There he
go.
is.
Zach
Yeehaw.
Wilson's better than Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson currently ranking over Bryce Young, Trevor Lawrence, who's apparently having a terrible
Whoa.
start to the year,
Oh, that's not good.
and Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
I
That
felt
actually-
Apollo cringe the moment I said that.
That's the real reason Apollo's not here.
Yeah.
He came back from Mexico weeks ago.
So we also had CJ Gardner Johnson of the Lions goes on the IR. He's gone for the season with a torn pectoral, I believe.
Yeah.
So that's not a fun one. And Nick Chubb out after that gruesome injury on the same knee. Apparently he had restructured in college, so that knee is not good. So that could be something that maybe, I wouldn't say career ending, but like it's gonna impact
I
him
don't
quite
know.
a bit. It could be career ending. Like
I'm not a doctor, but my
yeah.
God.
I thought you were a doctor.
Well, that's right. That's right. I am
That's
a doctor.
Hi everybody.
Yeah.
So we had football games. Let's jump in. First up, we had Eagles Vikings. This was a fun one from the get go. I remember in Discord being like, "Man, are we watching a football game or what's going on?" It was like fumble, interception, fumble, like just goof after goof.
Yep.
The funny part here is that Kirk Cousins had 364 yards and 4 touchdowns and lost. Jalen Hurts.
That's a rough one.
Yeah.
So, back in the beginning of the season, I was talking about how the fact that the Vikings having Justin Jefferson gives them a pretty solid chance at competing with just about anybody in the league.
Yeah.
Oh no, maybe not. maybe even if Justin Jefferson can go for 11 grabs with 160 yards and Kirk Cousins can come out of here statistically smelling like roses, Vikings are still 0-2, and I don't know if they are gonna win a game.
They're doing the thing where instead of winning the 11 games by 1 score, they're losing the 11.
Yeah,
by 1
well,
score.
that's exactly what I was going to cite is the fact that
Yeah.
like they might have actually used all of their magic
Yeah.
last season. They're still recharging the vial.
Yeah.
Very possible, yeah.
It's
Well, I mean, you're not going to win a lot of games if you're going to let teams score 34 fucking points.
No.
on you, in
Yeah.
fairness.
It's their defense is not great. I mean, the thing is, this is giving me like Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams vibes, where it would just be every game like, look how many stats they got together, and then everyone else is like, we're also here, I guess, and then that's it. So like, even if they do start playing well, it's like they need other people to like start stepping up. I mean, Jordan Addison had 72 yards and a touchdown. Hawkinson actually had 66 and 2 TDs. Like Hawkinson's probably I'd say
He's their
second
number
biggest threat.
2, but it's like the drop off is Jefferson way up there, Hawkinson kind of middle of the pack, and then there's the rest of them.
Yeah, it's
Also, Madison sucks. Holy shit! I don't
He
know
does.
how the dude like he showed up for a couple games over the last 2 years as backup to Cook, but now that he's the man, oh boy, they do not have a lot of power there.
yeah. It's well, I don't know if you saw this, but they were like apparently Alexander Madison was saying it was like racial slurs and shit being shouted at him from Philadelphia. So you know,
Yeah,
classy
what do you
fan
expect?
base.
It's
that
fucking
makes
Philly.
sense.
Yeah, it's Philadelphia.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that aside, like 8 carries, 28 yards. They're missing Dalvin Cook, man. Like straight up, they just let him go. It's like, hey, we don't want to pay him, and now you're kind of dealing with the consequences of that. Although maybe it's just their offensive line's not that great, but I mean they're throwing all right. So
Look, I'm going to be honest. We have Dalvin Cook on the Jets.
Yep.
I think they beat that man up.
I mean, yeah, they probably
bodies-
they ran him into the ground.
Yeah. He's not the back that he once was, I believe.
Yeah.
But
He's also running behind the Jets' offensive line, but
very true, very true. And actually, there's something about that we'll get to later.
All right, great.
Yeah.
On the other side, Jalen Hurts, 193, a TD, a pick. Not the greatest day. DeAndre Swift, though, 175 yards and a touchdown.
Mhm.
Woo! I cut him from fantasy after he got 3 yards last week, but then, yep. Don't know why I did that, but What are you gonna
let's
do?
see if he's still available.
No, he's gone. I think.
Damn it.
Well, maybe he isn't. Maybe he's on waivers or something. Devontae Smith, 131 and a touchdown, and that was really it. Like the Eagles just kind of won the game. I mean, big thing here, if you look at a lot of the stats, it even just looks like the Vikings outplayed them. But really, the Vikings just 4 fumbles lost. Like that's the telltale thing. That and time of possession, 40 minutes for the Eagles, 20 minutes for the Vikings.
Yeah.
They held the ball twice as long just from running 260 yards. Like, man, that's a lot.
That single stat is probably the most indicative of like who wins a game, without seeing the score.
Yeah.
Right.
It definitely. I mean, if you're fumbling 4 times, that's going to contribute to that as well. But there you go. Eagles beat the Vikings. Next, we had the Ravens beat the Bengals.
Yeah.
Bungling it up.
Not looking good. Also, Joe Burrow got hurt this game.
Oof.
Yeah. That's he's my starting fantasy QB also, which is obviously the more important point.
Very important. Yep.
Joe Burrow's injury.
Yeah.
Yep. It looks like they say, let's see, Joe Burrow. Let's see, any updates? Looking pros and cons of Bengals shutting down Joe Burrow. What are the Bengals' options with star quarterback Joe
Zach
Burrow?
Taylor says it's hard to say whether his calf, because of the calf injury, he'll be available versus the Rams on Monday night in week 3. Yeah,
he gets an extra day, I guess, which is good, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Calf injuries, probably not the great. I mean, he hasn't been playing that well anyway, to be honest.
That's true.
Because Bengals here, 222 yards, 2 TDs, a pick for Burrow. Mixon, 59 yards. What?
I just realized that. So I benched Christian Kirk and Adam Thielen for similar reasons because they had 1 point the week before, and they both popped off 20.
Yep, that's how it works.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson, 237 yards, 2 TDs this week, much improved over last week. Gus Edwards, 62 yards and a TD. That's who I replaced Swift with. He still did pretty all right. I was like, I'm happy with that. Aguilar, 63 yards and a touchdown. Odell Beckham Jr., I believe, also got hurt.
Also injured, yeah.
Yeah. That's rough. I actually didn't hear that. I didn't know that.
Ankle injury, but not believed to be serious. So that's still, I mean, he hasn't been doing that great. Now he's got an injury. So, I mean, it might be over for Odell Beckham Jr. at this point. I don't know. He's not really doing too much. Mark Andrews touchdown.
I think the benefit of OBJ is that you can't like go easy on him, like as opposed to like some other guy who is on the field. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even if he's not as good as he was, 10 years ago or whatever, you still can't just like leave just one guy on him and ignore him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that is true. Big thing here is Ravens are 2-0 now, and the Bengals are 0-2. So it's like,
yep.
What's gonna happen? I think the Bengals did start 0-2 last year, to be honest, but
that might be true.
It feels a little different. They're not really doing a whole lot to be like, that's all right. They look like they'll be okay because they're losing to like division rival teams here, which is not what you want to start the year out doing.
Yeah. Although historically, Baltimore get fucked up with injuries over the course of the year, and I think that's largely to do with their style of offense. Where they're just running at people the whole time.
Yeah. But I mean, they passed more. They had 237 passing yards, which was more than the Bengals had. So maybe this is a new era of Ravens football. Possibly. Aguilar. Then we had Seahawks Lions. The Lions lost in overtime to Geno season.
Geno season. It's here. It's happening. It's real. It's all of the NFL has finally realized the power of the Geno.
It's like when Nintendo made it the year of Luigi. It's the year of Geno.
It's inescapable.
It really is.
And everlasting.
Apparently, it started a week late because it didn't really last 2.
He was sleepy.
Yeah, he was sleepy. Tyler Lockett, 2 TDs. Metcalf had 75 yards. Kenneth Walker ran for 2 touchdowns. Geno had 328 yards and 2 touchdowns. On the other
Right
side,
after I benched him
yep.
for the Colts quarterback, the
this
rookie
was-
quarterback for the Colts.
Didn't Tyler Lockett get injured, or am I wrong? Might be wrong.
Another one.
I thought he was kind of
Another one.
injured already, but maybe he got re-aggravated.
I could be making shit up.
Not looking like it.
Yeah, I think he's fine.
All right, good.
He's making stuff up. So
Hopefully I didn't jinx him then.
this was really just a shootout that went to overtime, which I mean,
Yeah.
that sounds like these two teams, to be honest. Not a lot of defense, a lot of offense, but that's pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was also honestly a pretty even matchup. This could even be a playoff matchup, to be honest.
I don't know why people are so down on the Lions after this game. This is a tough fought matchup against two fairly even teams. The Lions still got plenty of season left to work out the kinks. They still look pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say the biggest issue with this game for the Lions is they lost C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who was their one of their top secondary players for the year.
That's
so
a problem.
that's
Well, I
probably
mean-
the biggest loss for them.
I will say they let the Seahawks score 37, so
That
I
is a
think they
problem.
need some help on that side of the
They
ball.
let Geno season score 30. And
Yeah.
then more accurately, Geno season scored 37 on
Yeah.
them. They didn't let
Absolutely.
shit happen.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I mean, the thing here is that we know the Lions' offense is good. That's been their thing. It's just the defense is supposed to step up this year and be like, all right, now we're a fully complete team. But now it's looking a little bit like we're just back at last year again, which can still work. But
Yeah, you can win games like that. I mean, honestly, I feel like the early Chiefs basically had their success that way.
Yeah.
Was just having a really great offense and horrible defense, and then
Yeah.
slowly over time equalize it a little.
Yeah. To be honest, that was the last 10 years of Packer football as well. And
Yeah.
it's still current Packer football. It's great. So yeah, Seahawks getting their win. Lions falling to 1-1. Then we had Colts Texans. Woo!
Yeah, this is the Colts team right now is I feel very surprising, even though they're only 1-1.
Yeah.
Just in general.
I mean, Anthony Richardson's been doing great. He was
Still, he got a concussion.
And then he got a concussion, he ran for 2 touchdowns, one of which was when he got the concussion. And then he threw for 56 yards. But I mean, he's looked good, which has been really good.
Do you remember if I was negative about him in the offseason?
I
don't know what I said.
remember,
I do not.
actually.
I vaguely remember being like he's a project, maybe, but
I think he
maybe
probably
I'm
did say
wrong.
he's a project.
That's been the consensus about this kid. Is he's like
Oh,
he's
yeah?
the raw talent kind of prospect, where it's like
Okay.
you got to mold him
Yeah.
a little bit. But he's definiting showing his stuff early on.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think so. If I said that, then I think he's so far has been proving me wrong. Like he's been doing very well early on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he's been doing
Hope
great,
he's okay.
but he has been getting injured, which I guess is the big thing. Is he keeps running now and he's getting
Yeah.
hit, so it's
Yeah,
hey,
A lot of young
Minshew.
guys.
Minshew
magic.
came in.
Mania baby.
Yeah.
171 and a TD. There he is, getting his chance. And then Zach Moss, 88 yards and a touchdown. On the other side, CJ Stroud threw for 384 and 2 TDs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's pretty good. And Nico Collins, 146 and a TD. And Tank Dell, the Tank, 72 yards and a touchdown.
I know there's 2 players named Tank in the league right now.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
incredible.
That is pretty great. Third down efficiency, Colts were 6 of 12, Texans 9 of 19. The Texans were sacked 6 times while the Colts were sacked 0. So that's pretty big.
Yeah.
I love that the Houston's Tank Dell is a dude that is 5'8" and $165.
Yeah. That is pretty great.
That's a tiny tank.
He's a tiny
Yeah.
tank. But
Like a Sherman.
this was a game where it was just kind of like watching the future of these teams go at it, kind of, and then Minshew Magic kind of prevailed. But
How long is Richardson going to be out for? Do they
just however long concussion protocol takes
know?
for
I think
him.
it's usually like a week.
Will not be out or will not play next week.
Uh-huh.
Sounds like they're playing it day by day after
Yeah,
that.
probably just
Okay.
playing it safe, which is
Fair.
probably the best things. I mean, you're not going anywhere. Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
isn't going to be a winning season for them. So yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. That game happened. Then we had Bears Buccaneers, and
Oh yeah.
it's not good to be a Bears fan.
Yeah.
Not at all.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad. Like I thought the Bears would be better than this. This is embarrassing, if you will.
Hey.
Oh, he did a pun. Oh.
Yeah, but bad. They're real bad, and they're not good. Is the other part?
Yeah,
of it.
that's a big issue. There is if they were
Fields, dude. Like he's
Yeah.
just is. He's so good and also so bad. He's
Yeah.
both
Yeah.
of those things.
It's I've seen breakdowns of him now. And the big thing happening is he's going through his reads too slowly, and he's not kind of anticipating like the routes effectively. He's holding the ball too long.
Yeah,
And part of it's
right.
because he's not reading the defense well. But at the same time, they're not letting him run. And like that's what he's good at is running. But they're like,
I
this
was
guy's
about
got to
to
pass.
say, it seems like he threw 30 times. Why are they making him throw so? I mean, like I mean, 30 isn't that many, but I mean, he also only has 4 carries for 3 yards.
Yeah.
I've seen very little Bears footage this year, admittedly,
Same.
but it really feels as though they figured out exactly what you just described, Krendor, where this guy, like I'm saying, like he's simultaneously one of the best and worst quarterbacks in the NFC right now, where he is terrible at like quickly reading plays and figuring out how to go down his progressions, but also is so good at throwing the football and running with the football. Like he's got
Mhm.
his base level stats are through the roof, but he forgot all the ancillary shit that you're also supposed to upgrade along
Yeah.
with that. It's been figured out, and we're seeing the result of it now.
I mean,
Now-
in fairness, this is what his second year.
This
I think
is
this is his
fourth
third
year.
year. This is
Third
fourth year? Fucking hell, dude.
Yeah,
Is it actually
so-
his 4th year? I didn't actually realize.
He's as old as Jordan Love. So
Wow.
he's at the point now where they're like, okay, this was supposed to be it. Like this is when he takes his big next step. They got him DJ Moore, right? They got him Chase Claypool and all this stuff. They're like, we revamped the defense. We got Tremaine Edmonds from Buffalo. We did all this stuff. Like, here we go. Like Aaron
Although I've heard there's
Rodgers is
issues
gone.
with Claypool too, right?
Well, yeah,
So, yeah.
But they're like, Aaron Rodgers is gone. The NFC North is open. Here we go, right? And then this happens. It is like if you look at that picture I just linked, right? You see that where he's standing back there?
Mhm.
That play resulted in a sack. And if
Oh,
you
God.
look, he has 2 people wide open.
You can see him in the frame.
Yeah,
they're right
like he
there
can
in the
throw to
flat,
either
yeah.
one. He also could just scramble out, but he just like runs up and gets sacked, and everyone's like,
Yeah.
"What are you doing?" Like he just like panics or like he doesn't know what to do, and like I think part of it is him just not knowing what to do, and like his ability to read is just not there. But like part of it's just coaching.
Yeah.
Like they're just not telling him, they're not trying to make him better. Like they don't know, like they got the thing where their head coach is a defensive head coach.
Oh,
Right.
they did that. I'm sorry.
They did that.
Bears fans. I'm so sorry.
Yep. And so their coordinator's Luke Getsy, former Packer coordinator, which listen, all these Packer coordinators keep going places and doing bad. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's because Aaron Rodgers ran the offense.
Yeah.
All right. Like that's
It's
all
the
it was.
same as Peyton.
Yeah.
That's what with Adam Gase did here in the Jets land.
Yeah.
Adam Gase got a job off the back of fucking Peyton Manning. God damn you, Peyton. God damn you, Peyton.
It's just that, and then they just keep running screens. Part of me think because he runs screens because he's like, oh, you know, Jordan or Justin Fields will pick this up, right? Just a little screen, throw it. But now all the teams are like, dude, they're just running screens. So like the pick 6 he throws later in this game is a screen that like breaks down, and the Buccaneers are like, yeah, they're just gonna run screens. They can't do shit. And it's just there's no innovation on the offense. Like they don't do anything. They don't like. You would think, okay, you've got a quarterback that his best strengths are getting outside of the pocket and like making like people miss and making, you know, running the ball, whatever. You would think you'd develop a game plan where maybe you start out doing that and then you can start getting them in the pocket when they're, you know, like, oh, he's going to get outside or whatever. And they start like putting their defensive ends to the outside and everything. And then go from there. But they're just like, nah, what if we keep him in the pocket just the whole time? It's like, what are you doing? I'm convinced that if you had Jordan Love and Justin Fields switch places, like Jordan Love would be terrible and Justin Fields would be like dominating with the Packers, just running around like it's just like he hasn't had time to develop and the coaches there are just terrible. And this is like a Chicago Bears special. Like they always have bad offensive like quarterback play. They're really the Jets of the NFC in terms of quarterbacks. Like I saw a stat that was in, oh God, how many games? In 27 games, I want to say. Jordan Love has thrown, oh, here it is. Jordan Love has 2 games already where he's thrown for over like 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. I think, NFC, here we go. NFC North career games with 3+ passing touchdowns. Cousins has 25. Okay, Goff has 9, Jordan Love has 2, and Justin Fields has 1. Justin Fields is in his like third or fourth year, and he has 1 game with 3 passing touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
This is Fields' 3rd year, by the way.
Okay, it is third year.
Yeah.
Well, and he's also how many OCs has he had? Because look, it sounds like the Bears and my situation is very similar. So I know the feelings in some ways. Like here's by the way, here's my insight on the idea of a defensive versus an offensive minded head coach from my own personal experience of watching the Jets and all the other teams. When a team with a defensive minded head coach, for the most part, they play the offense so as not to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas an offensive minded head coach plays the offense to win the game. So what I mean by that is that for every time that we've ever had a fucking defensive head coach in the New York Jets, and every time I see them on other teams, they are terrified of taking any risks on offense. They let's just do screens. Let's just do, this and like little tiny, let's just run up the middle 3 plays in a row and see what happens. You know what I mean? And let our defense get a turnover. And it just doesn't work in the modern NFL. It's at this point, it's kind of like get with the fucking program. You know what I mean? You got to play to win. Look at the Lions. You got to play. You got to try. Fucking doing a surprise onside.
They really
kick,
are
whatever.
like the perfect exemplification of that. Yeah. Is the fact that they like just said fuck it pretty much. We're like, we're just gonna actually try to win these games now, and it's kind of working.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's gotten to the point now where they've done it for 2 years, 3 years now, that the players have bought in. Like they're like, okay, whatever. Yeah. Like, maybe we're bad, but we're gonna try to win every fucking game, and we know that the coach is gonna try. He's gonna
give us those options. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's versus like, the Todd Bowles Jets, which is funny since Todd Bowles wins this game. But where it's just like they wouldn't do it. They would just like, run up the middle. Okay, let's get Sam Darnold to throw a 3 and 15 because they obviously saw the run up the middle coming twice in a row. And doing it on every fucking drive of every play for every game. But
it's the thing is, I think the Buccaneers have a much better defense. And they've had their system in place, right, for a while. So, I mean, they even have a thing that says Luke Getsy ran the same play 3 times in a row. And the one was the pick 6 by the Buccaneers' Levante David. And he said, quote, "They ran the same play, same formation. Everyone knew what was coming." So, like, when the defense is like, they just did the same shit. We knew it was going to happen. Like, the offensive coordinator needs to like be fired or like change something. Like it's embarrassing.
I mean, it makes sense to run a play more than once in a game potentially, especially if it worked. But in a row?
Yeah. It's like you're pitching and being like, what if I throw a fastball and then another fastball, but it's like the exact same spot. It's like, but mix it up, do something. Listen, I don't even like the Bears and I feel bad for them. So it's
we're giving a lot of time to a dead team.
That's true. I think it's because they were supposed to take the next step this year. Like people were like, they could win the division. Like Fields could really and now they've just gone backwards. Like, it's crazy. They've become like the worst team in football, pretty much.
And before we move on from the game, we should say that the Bucks are now 2-0. And
Yeah, Baker
again,
Mayfield, dude.
Yeah, shake and bake, baby. I think
317?
honestly, I'm really happy. Baker, this is definitely the best offense that Baker Mayfield has ever been in. So I'm excited for him. I hope he continues to do well. He's doing well so far on the year.
Yeah.
But freaking, I said last week, how many wins? We should maybe make a betting pool. How long does this win streak have to be in order?
I'm sticking with my initial prediction of 17. They have to go 17-0 for him to make a return for the playoff
You think
run.
he's that stubborn? He's like,
Yes,
no,
yeah.
I committed. I said I'm not watching this year, so I'm not gonna.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Baker Mayfield currently 11th best passer rating.
Yeah.
Wait, is this passer rating? I think it's a touchdown. He's got 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Mhm.
I mean,
High completion percentage too.
yeah, high completion percentage. Like he's looking good.
Yeah, having a very good year so far.
Yeah. Then we had the Chiefs Jaguars, which was kind of a weird game, honestly. They were each really struggling on third down. 4 of 13 for the Chiefs, 3 of 12 for the Jaguars. Chiefs were 2 of 2 on fourth. Jaguars were 0 of 2. The Chiefs had 12 penalties for 94 yards. Jaguars only had 2 for 10. And the Chiefs turned the ball over 3 times, but they still won.
They
Probably 'cause they're the
still
Chiefs.
goddamn won, man. Like Mahomes threw it 40 times.
Yeah.
And they still how did they keep winning? How did the Jaguars lose this? They had every opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was just the Jaguars not capitalizing.
The Chiefs had
what should've
3
been a
fucking
win.
turnovers.
Yeah.
I mean, that aside, though, I will say the Chiefs are looking very mortal this year. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Yeah.
They are. The receiving core is really keeping them down to earth.
Yeah.
And their defense is kind of just, honestly, their defense might be their strength currently.
It could be.
Yeah.
They got Smith back, right? He finally stopped holding out.
He finally stopped holding out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that'll help. But or was it Chris Jones? I think it was Chris Jones.
Oh, sorry, Jones.
Jones,
Yeah.
the
The
defensive
other
end, yeah.
most common last name. in
Yeah, right, yeah.
And he had a sack and a half, so he did impact the game.
Yeah.
Yep. And then Trevor Lawrence just 216, 22 of 41.
Yeah.
Not great.
He's, like we mentioned earlier, one of the worst quarterbacks in the league so far. He's having a bad year.
He is.
Yeah. It's still 2 games.
It's still 2 games.
Yeah.
You know.
But not great so far.
Yeah. Where is he? Actually, Baker Mayfield's 5th in quarterback rating.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Trevor Lawrence is 21st, and he's got 2 touchdowns and 1 interception.
So yeah, it's not abysmal, but he's certainly not
Yeah.
happy with it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's definitely not the 4th year of the most hyped guy since Andrew
Yeah.
Luck.
This
Since
guy's Peyton
anyone,
Manning.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I will give him the first year off credit, right? The Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's also Lawrence's 3rd year. Y'all went through a time warp at some point.
Yeah, okay. Well, no, I think Krendor has poisoned my mind. I've
I think so.
given an extra year back. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. But it's a Chiefs win. Like you can tell that was just a sloppy game where the experienced veteran team just took it.
Yep.
Yeah, still early in the season too,
Yeah.
in the sense that like all the teams are super sloppy right now.
Yeah.
There were some sloppy fucking games this week.
Usually it gets to like week 4 or 5 before they really kind of become a more efficient group of football players.
Indeed.
So
Thanks, Coach.
here we go. Packers, Falcons.
There it is.
Boy.
There it is. Woo!
Bijan Robinson, dude.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Damn.
Bijan Robinson is good. I got to
He's
watch him.
real good.
Kick and run.
He's insane. Like really good. I now see why they drafted him. Why he's so good. So yeah, this was a Packer defense loss and a collapse This actually reminded me of like previous Packer teams. This was a prime like 2021 Packer loss. So here's what happened. Okay, first up, Jordan Love, first 3 quarters, balling out. Like, dude is just shredding the defense. He only had 151 yards, but he had 2 like pass interference calls for like 70 yards and like 30 yards. So really, he's got probably like 250.
Yeah.
And he definitely would have completed those. He also had some really good passes. Like, he was looking great. And then
I think Rodgers was really good at those drawing pass interference balls too. Like, I think I thought he was like probably the best QB at getting those calls.
yeah, no, he was like, they've been really good. Like, I went back and watched the Chiefs game. Everyone talks about like his first game with Jordan Love, right? And it's day and night. Like in the Chiefs game, when you watch Jordan Love, he's kind of like all over the place. You can tell he's nervous. They're like blitzing him and stuff. Now he's just like composed and confident. And you just tell by the way he's like carrying himself in the pocket. He doesn't step back as much. Like he's a completely different player, which, you know, coaching. Amazing what coaching does. And so fourth quarter hits, right? We're up 24-12 in the fourth quarter. It's like, all right, this should be easy, right? 24-12.
Yeah.
Offensively, we tried the classic conservative play calling. The Matt LaFleur special, which was like, what if we just run AJ Dillon up the middle 3 times in a row? Like, okay, it didn't work. And then fourth down comes, and they try to do a quarterback sneak, but Love can't hear, and it becomes a meme. He tries to like snap it, but they don't snap it, and he like falls into his lineman. It looks like he's drunk. So that became an internet meme thing. But really, it was just he couldn't hear the snap, and the whole thing happened. It was not really his fault, but also his fault. It was like a young team type of thing, whatever. But the defense, all right, we got like 9 first-round picks on this defense, and they can't stop the run for shit. All right, the Falcons were just running and running and running, and then the quarterback run. It was 3rd and 15. We give it up. First down. I was like, are you shitting me? Like, it was insane the amount that this defense sucked ass. And then we had like 2 opportunities for like pick sixes, and they drop them.
Ooh.
I was like, what? Like easy pick sixes. Like if they catch them, it's like easily like we're up by like 3 scores and probably gonna win. It was just a disaster. And then there's like, here we go. Can Jordan Love have the comeback? And then he just kind of, you know, didn't really do much. And then everyone's like, I swear to God, I heard the media, like the talking head, like Stephen A. Smith, like, you see, Jordan Love can't come back. And I'm like, okay. Are we? First off, all right, I need to go on a rant.
He's standing up.
Standing up. We're talking about, this is his second game. This is his second game, and they're already being like, all right, you know, he can throw touchdowns. He's accurate. He's clearly a like competent starting quarterback, but he can't lead the fourth quarter comeback. It's like, dude.
Are you responding to what Stephen A. actually said, or are you responding to Strawman Smith?
The hypothetical.
I'm creating. Well, he did actually say some of this, but I'm mixing in a lot of stuff I've heard. Okay,
that you made up in your mind. Got it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's become this thing where like I went into the season being like, you know what? If Jordan Love's just like a competent starting quarterback, I'll be happy because like this is his first year. He's like learning and everything. But it's almost like people have put this on him now to like, see, he's not Hall of Fame quarterback worthy. He can't lead a fourth quarter comeback. It's like, dude, let him play a season. Let him play like 3 games.
I mean, I guess that's what happens when your entire quarterback history is fucking Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, if you take his stats, okay, if you take his stats of like 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, like the only thing bad is like his completion percentage is 55. But like if you swap that with Zach Wilson, Deshaun Watson, even like Joe Burrow, people are like, yeah, he's doing pretty good. But now they're like, oh, it's Jordan Love though. He's not Hall of Fame yet. Like this dude is like okay, you know who he's throwing to? He's throwing to Dontavian Wicks and Jaden Reed. You know?
Yeah.
Like he's throwing to rookie wide receivers, and he's got AJ Dillon's a starting running back. Aaron Jones doesn't even play this game, and we still almost won. Like to me, that was like a win. I was like, dude, our 2 offensive linemen are out, our star running backs out, our top wide receivers out, and we still put up 24 points and almost won.
Yeah.
I was like, this is fantastic, and it was the shitty ass defense that blew it. So all that aside, I think people are they're either being too hard on him or they're just like, they're not giving him enough credit for what he's doing. Like, this dude is like learning on the fly. He's making like veteran quarterback moves. Like, he's going to miss some throws. You know, he might not be a Hall of Fame quarterback, but he looks like he can be a good quarterback. And that's really like all you need. I think a lot of people just don't want that. They want the like, no, your time's up. You have to suffer. You need Zach Wilson at quarterback. You can't have this. And it's like, you know, it's whatever. Like, I just, end of the day, we actually had poor clock management. We could have been up in this game. Early first quarter, we had a field goal attempt, and then the clock runs out. We move back 5 yards, and then we punt it. And I was like, first off, our kicker can make this field goal. Why are we not kicking the field goal? Second, why is the coach not calling timeout when the play clock's going down? And then third, this is dumb as shit. So, just a lot of stuff. But overall, this was a good football game. The Falcons impressed me, honestly. It was like they're kind of that team where they'll just like keep running and running.
I was gonna mention that, dude. Like you say that the defense lost it, but the Falcons' running game is fucking impressive right now with Algier and Robinson. Those two, that's a 1-2 that's gonna be very difficult for any team.
And even
year.
like Desmond Ritter, like I haven't seen Desmond Ritter play football until now. All right, but and like he's not a great quarterback, but he reminds me of what the Bears could be doing. Like, like he would just like go back, make a play, and then he'd be like, all right, I'm going to run to the outside, pick up the first down. Like, I'm going to run out here, and then he'll like throw it away if nothing's there. But like, he's making you like earn the sack on him or get him down or whatever. Cause like, he's just running all around. It's like, he's not staying in the pocket, and then they just run and play action. Like, it's clear that their coaching staff is good. Like the Arthur, I can't remember his name, but he was with the Titans or whatever. He's their offensive coordinator. But like, he's a really good play caller. He had some like crazy shit too. It was like 4th and 3 from their own 5, and they had to kick the field goal to go up by 1, and he went for it. And I was like, is this guy insane? Like, if they don't get
it.
yeah, they got it. And I was like, well, like he is insane, but it's working. Like he had some like donkey ball size like plays out there.
That's what we were talking about earlier, dude. That's what Rob was getting at. He just got to be able to make those choices sometimes.
Yeah. So honestly, the Falcons, I think they're looking up. They look like they could be a promising football team. And I mean, they're 2-0. So
yeah. I remember we were surprised by the power rankings, I think, in the first or the pre show thing, you know, and as so far, the Falcons are looking pretty good. It's mainly Bijan Robinson. It's just so damn good.
He's a beast, man.
Bijan Robinson's good. And their defense is pretty solid. Like, they're not the best defense, but it's like a solid veteran defense. AJ Terrell, really good. In fact, Jordan Love had like a perfect pass to I think it was Dobbs or Reed or someone, and Terrell like played it perfectly, knocked it down. Like, AJ Terrell's insane. He also had a drop pick. So like, that Falcon defense is solid. Like, I could see it's gonna probably be them and the Buccaneers and the Saints. Actually, I could see a 3-way battle going on. Oh boy. But anyway, it was a loss. But it's one of those losses where it's like, you know what, Packers, young team, make some mistakes. We didn't even have like half our good players. Whatever. You move on. You tip your cap. Yeehaw. And say, hey, you know what? We're not the Raiders. That's good. Because the Raiders lost to the Bills 38-10.
Yep.
That's a recorrection for you.
Yep. This was the Bills were mad game.
Yep.
And they
lost to Zach Wilson.
Yep. So they pretty much dominated. James Cook, 123 yards on the ground. Josh Allen, 3 touchdowns. Garoppolo looking like ass. The really just the Raiders in general looking like ass, except for Devontae Adams, who had 84 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it.
Not a lot to gain from this one.
Yeah.
Josh Allen 31 of 37. What is that percentage? Is that like 80% or something?
It's close.
It's up there. Maybe high 70s or low 80s.
Yeah.
Let me math real quick. It's 83.
83.
84%. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
That is really good.
He was angry after throwing 3 picks to one guy last week.
The Bills are still good.
Yeah, turns out Bills are good. Raiders, not good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Safe conclusion.
Not
All right, moving on.
All right, we had Chargers Titans. And,
Yeah.
in classic Charger fashion, they,
It's almost expected now.
Yeah. I saw when this game went to overtime, I was like, Chargers going to lose.
Yep.
No doubt about it. Keenan Allen, 111 yards, 2 touchdowns. Mike Williams, 83 yards. Herbert threw for 305, 2 touchdowns, and they lost.
On paper, this team should win everything.
It's been the case. This is the
Yeah.
Chargers and the Jets, dude. They've got like
Yeah, well,
their existence is perpetual.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Hey,
they're in
and,
their same state.
Maybe the top 3 tacklers for the Chargers were all juniors. Derwin James Jr., Kenneth Murray Jr., and Asante Samuel Jr.
Wow.
They got a lot of juniors. And then on receiving, they got Donald Parham Jr. I think they just like taking juniors.
I don't think that strat's working for him.
It's not.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be.
On the other side, the Titans didn't even do that much. Tannehill was 246 yards and a touchdown. He was 20 of 24, so he's very efficient.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry ran for 80 and a touchdown. Tyjae Spears ran for 49 on 8 carries. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, just the Titan defense actually played pretty well. They sacked Herbert 3 times, although Tannehill got sacked 5 times.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right, I found the reason the Chargers lost. Third down efficiency, 2 of 14.
Ooh,
There it is.
Ooh, that's not great.
that'll
That'll
do it.
do it. That
Yeah.
will do it.
That is not great.
Yeah, that's
great.
There you go. So
Well, and and to put like, because I know Tannehill gets shit around here a lot,
Right.
but this is what he's really great at is
Yeah.
that he is kind of that. If you think of the term game manager QB,
I
mhm.
knew it was coming.
this
Yep.
that's what he can do. Is like he's not necessarily gonna win you a lot of games, but he's probably not gonna lose you a lot of games.
If you
Yeah,
can
like-
count on the other team to make 10 plus mistakes
yeah.
over the
Yeah.
course of any given game, he's going to make 9.
Well,
Yep.
or you're basically you're like you want a guy who can let Derrick Henry cook, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you want like you don't want Zach Wilson, for instance,
Yeah.
there like throwing a million picks and like if
Yeah.
Derrick Henry gets 200 yards, you don't want to lose that fucking game.
Yeah.
You want a guy who's gonna be like, I will take the 5-yard dump off, and maybe it's a touchdown.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah, it's a rough loss for Chargers fans, but they're probably used to it. Then
Yeah.
we had the 49ers Rams.
Dude,
And-
Matty
Oh, yeah.
Stafford, huh?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
coming back with a
He ain't
vengeance.
done.
Mhm.
34, 55, 307, 1 TD, 2 picks,
Kept
gunslinging
him
it.
in this one against what I believe to be the best team in the NFC right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And
The
Puka.
Rams are refusing to die, pretty much thanks in large part to him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Puka with 147
yeah.
yards
Dude.
again.
Puka Nakua, I think is how
Yeah.
they were saying it.
Puka Doncic is what they call him, so that's
Yep.
what I'm choosing to call him.
That is.
He is a monster.
He's insane.
Yeah. He's like, I think he's like
20
breaking
goddamn
records.
targets, dude.
Yeah. He is.
Fifth round pick.
That's
crushing
a
it.
diamond in the rough right
Yeah.
there. Wow.
Yes, sir.
Man. So yeah, against the 49ers as well, which is not easy.
Yeah.
No.
Brock Purdy, 206, no TDs, no ints. Really, Brock Purdy is also like the ultimate game manager quarterback at this point.
Yeah. You want a guy, for that kind
Well,
of
of all
offense.
teams who want a game manager, it's obviously the
Yeah.
fucking 49ers.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it would be, but yeah, like really like that for that kind of offense, you've seen how many different QBs have been successful in it, right? Like
Mhm.
it's designed to hit at like certain timings, you
Yeah.
know, and mostly it's a zone run team.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
So we had Christian McCaffrey, speaking of which, run for 116 yards and a touchdown.
I think he's liking the system.
Yeah, I think he's
Yeah.
liking it quite a bit. You run the ball 20 times and average 5.8 yards a carry. That's
Oh,
pretty,
yeah.
that's pretty good, I'd say.
Thank you very much, Christian McCaffrey, our Lord and Savior. He's on my fantasy team. He will keep me
Yep.
in this season.
Your first round pick Christian McCaffrey is working out a little bit better than my first round pick Jamar Chase, who I believe is currently totaling less points than McCaffrey got in game 1, maybe even half of that.
Oh, that's rough. Yeah,
Yep.
I didn't even think about that, but yeah, Joe Burrow is also my starting QB, so I feel part of that.
It's actually I'm actually 2-0 right now, which is pretty neat. The only other person is the Butt Fumbles at 2-0.
Yep.
Great to be up at the top. So
how's your first round pick doing? Who was your first round pick, Grendor?
It was Tony Pollard, and he's
doing okay.
Yeah, he's solid. He got 21 first week, and then he got 19.9 last week. So I mean, can't complain.
Yeah, who did reliable? I don't know. Yeah, that's weird.
Speaking of Christian McCaffrey, fun stat here: he has the most rushing yards in the NFL by a lot. He has
surprising
268 through 2 weeks. Second is Bijan Robinson at 180. Yeah. So nobody else even over 200.
Wild. Wow, Bijan Robinson, man, he's coming out of the gate hot.
Yeah, no, he looked fantastic. He looks really good. So yeah, 49ers do win this one, but the Rams look like they're an actual competitive football team again. So that's pretty fun.
Yep. Yeah.
Nice surprise.
And Cooper Kupp's still out. So I mean,
when he comes back,
man. Imagine playing against Cooper Kupp and Puka. Puka Nacua.
Yeah.
And also, by the way, like as an aside, I know because everybody's talking about Puka, but like Tutu Atwell is also doing extremely well on the year so far.
Yeah,
he had 7 receptions in this game, 9 targets, 7 receptions.
Yeah, no, they got some good young receivers there, which they desperately needed. Yeah. So, speaking of needing receivers, the New York Giants.
Oh, nice one.
Boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
They looked like they were going to lose this one, down 20-0 at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think they remembered it's the Arizona Cardinals.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, I
think that was the entire halftime speech.
Yeah, they're like,
guys, it's the Cardinals.
It's the Cardinals. So I mean, the Joshua Dobbs on the Cardinals, listen, man, he's trying. He had 228, a touchdown.
Yeah, he did pretty well.
He ran for one. Like, he's doing pretty all right. And then James Conner, 106 yards. But Daniel Jones and the Giants scoring, what was it, 31 points in the second half to take this game.
Yeah.
So Jalen Hyatt was the top receiving target with her 89 yards. Daniel Jones, 2 TDs, a pick, 321. But Saquon Barkley got hurt at the end, and he's gonna miss. He's gonna miss a little bit of time.
Do we know what's going on with that? What's the injury like?
It is, I believe, an ankle.
Okay.
They said he has a sprained ankle, so nothing too bad, but
that's not terrible.
Yeah, so they're not even ruling him out for the next game, but I would imagine he's going to miss the next game if I had to take a wild guess.
You're a betting man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Daniel Jones basically took over that game in the second half. Right?
He did.
Like he was running all over the place. He ran for a touchdown. He threw 2.
They also played the 49ers next. So on Thursday. So I don't think he's going to play in that one. I wouldn't even play him in that one because it's probably over already.
Yeah, no, that's
yeah.
Put that in the L column.
Yeah. But hey, you know what? Giants prevailed and they don't fall to 0-2 without scoring any points for 7 quarters. They did it. They broke the scoreless.
Good job, New York.
Streak.
Yeah.
Wow. Insane. And all it took was playing the Cardinals. Then, Rob, we've arrived. The Jets. And the Cowboys.
Oh God in heaven.
Yeah.
So we're watching the 2023 season. Is that right?
This is correct. Yeah, you got
yes.
Yeah, that's really weird because I really thought that we were in 2022 again or 2021.
Just repeating.
Yeah, it kind of feels like it.
Yeah, like
Groundhog Year.
Yeah, it's just weirdly it feels all very, very similar. Although you know what's really funny is because the only place to see Jets fans speak is on Reddit basically because
it's where they live.
Yeah, Reddit Reddit killed all of the other forums and stuff that once populated the internet. So it's only
And
one
then
place
then
to
they
go.
killed themselves.
Yeah, now
Right
they're
after they did that.
Yeah, now they're gonna die too. But yeah, so man, it is a civil war in there. It is actually kind of hilarious because one, it's football. It's really not that
Yep.
big of a deal. But man, people get people get
They
heated.
sure do.
And it's mostly over. There is a huge contingent of Jets fans that are like, this game proves it. Zach Wilson is not the same player. He is so much better. And okay, I'm going to read this for
All right.
you. This
Thank
is the
you.
game,
Yep.
like
Go
I
ahead.
said, that is proof to people that Zach Wilson has turned the corner. He's made
For
it.
the better is what you're saying.
For the well, yeah, no, that he's a good QB now. Zach Wilson, 12 completions, 27 attempts, 170 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions.
Yep.
This 38.1 quarterback rating.
Yep.
This game, of course, proves that he has turned the corner, guys.
He's that dude.
You really did it.
I think what's happening, I feel as though like maybe psychologists or anthropologists should study this because it's an interesting phenomenon. I think that the fan base has been abused functionally for so long that that a game like this is like, wow, this is amazing. People were saying like, oh yeah, next week he's gonna have the game of his life, and I saw somebody's reply being like, oh, you mean he's gonna go 13 for 30, 1 touchdown and no picks? Like,
dude, pick free though,
right? and now let me. I didn't actually mean that to totally shit on Zach Wilson because he's not really the reason that we lost that game. In fairness, 2 of the picks were like basically in the 4th quarter when it's like, guys, it's 30 to like nothing. Like, what we got to try something. You know what I mean? So like, he's not totally responsible for the latter 2 picks. With that said, I mean, the reason that we're losing is because teams can just stack the box every game, which is again what happened last year and the year before that, because they're not afraid that Zach Wilson can beat them. So even if Zach Wilson does okay on some of the passes, overall he's hampering the offense because teams don't have to cover the passing routes as hard. They can just blitz all the time, and they can just have fucking 10 players in the fucking box and have like a safety in the back because he's not going to complete anything. Like that's an issue. And look, I don't really even know what the solution is outside of getting a different QB. I don't think he's going to be able to do it. And it's not like there's like, even if we get Carson Wentz, I mean, it's going to take him a little bit to learn the offense in the first place. And secondly, I mean, it's going to be better, which I guess would be better for Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson and our other young players. But I mean, I don't know, man. This team, it's and then as we were alluding to earlier, actually, this is something that I wanted to bring up too, because we alluded to this too, is running the ball. Dalvin Cook, right? Now, Dalvin Cook, 4 carries, 1.8 yards per carry. Breece Hall, interestingly, also only had 4 carries. This caused him to subtweet. Not exactly subtweeting, but it was something like there was 4 emojis or whatever with footballs. Modern communication is like reading.
It's an enigma.
It's a whole thing. But anyway, so he made a tweet, deleted it. It was a controversy because he only had 4 carries. But the thing is, he's also injured, so I don't know what's happening. If he thinks he needs to come back in, he feels healthier than he is, or the team is just being like, all right, this is an L, whatever. Don't risk Breece. I don't know what's going on, but with the running game, we ran I think something like 13 times to the left, where we have Dwayne Brown and fucking some other fucking guy and the center fucking McGovern, and we got like 1 yard per carry.
Oof.
When we ran to the other side twice, both of them got 6 yards. And that's, interestingly, behind our good guard, AVT, and Becton at right tackle. So it's one of those things where it's just like I'm literally actually currently scratching my head because I don't actually understand how is it that and everyone else can see, oh yeah, don't run behind the shittiest part of our line. Let's run behind the good part of our line, even just as at a base level. But then seeing the data given like in your eyes in the game, seeing it fail repeatedly over and over again, running to the shitty side of the line, and then going, you know what? Let's keep trying it. I think we're gonna break this time. Like we're
gonna wear him down.
Yeah, I it just boggles the mind. And I think it really partly comes back to the fact that we sold out everything to get Aaron Rodgers, including getting all of his receivers and getting his offensive coordinator, who, similar to some other OCs that we were talking about earlier in the podcast, pretty much is only has a job because Aaron Rodgers runs the offense. And we saw how poorly that worked out in Denver last year, where he got fired in his first year as a head coach. But it would be fine because we had Aaron Rodgers. Except Aaron Rodgers only made it 4 plays. So it's as if we didn't actually even make that trade. It's as if we didn't address the QB at all in the offseason.
Feels like you got nothing at all.
Yeah,
that's actually not true. You lost your second round
right?
pick.
Yeah, no, you came out a net loss there for sure.
Yeah, well, and we also lost Mike White, who was at least competent.
Right.
So yeah, no, it's looking bad. It's looking bad. And this is why I was saying earlier. Oh, by the way, just look at the time of possession. Just look at it. It's sad.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, you see what I mean?
The other game was worse.
Oh no, that might be the worst of the week. It's horrible. I mean, the Jets. It was just the defense was on the field the whole time, which is also why, like, partially, like they had a bad game, but they were also on the field for 45 fucking minutes. So I get it to some degree, them fucking up.
The Jets converted 1 third down of 10 tries.
Yep, I'm telling you, it seriously, it's as if nothing happened in the offseason. It's so funny in a hilariously not dystopian, but Jets way.
It really is funny how it's like,
bleak, dude.
Yeah, no, it's a game. I don't actually have to watch. You know?
It really is funny how it's just like, guys, I know you've been waiting for this moment for so long, so here it is. Everyone's like, finally, yes. So you get the whole offseason, like, we'll build the team.
Out with the American flag, fucking fireworks going off.
He's on Hard Knocks. You're like, dude, look at our new Hall of Fame quarterback. He's laughing and having fun and Jets football. And then 4 plays in, it's like, well, that was fun.
They spent millions of taxpayer dollars flying those fighter jets over the stadium. And,
imagine if they invested in grass instead of fighter jets. That'd be crazy.
4 plays, dude, and it really is the most Jets thing. So you know, it is. It's a good time. Now going forward, and this is why I said earlier in the podcast that Aaron Rodgers might be saying now that he's coming back.
Right.
But like I said, among the only Jets fan community of any note on the internet, it is a civil war week 2. Like, people are. I mean, you should see it is hilarious. It is, people are going at each other. There's every post complaints, and then complaints about complaints, and complaints about complaining about complaints, and how many complaints there are on the side. It actually is just it's chaos. It's pure chaos. I think this team has finally broken the fan base, and I really don't know where we're gonna go from here. By week 10, we're gonna be 1-9. So, you know, I don't.
Did you see the Rich Eisen rant? Per Chase?
Oh no, I would love to. Oh man,
if you search for Rich Eisen, it was on his show. He was just like, it was the day after the Aaron Rodgers thing. He's just like, what do you want, football gods? What do you want? And he's like, "Is it money? Because we could we'll all get together and give you money. Like, what is it? What do you need?" It's just,
I love Rich Eisen. I'm so glad that we have him, and I say we as in the Jets. We're a people at this point.
Yeah.
We have shared in struggles like no other group has, and yeah,
it's impressive.
Suffering builds camaraderie.
It does.
Yeah.
Well, because you know what? It's like I don't know what it is. The kind of thing I've made this joke many times, but like I watch football for enjoyment.
Yeah,
and yet
you would think.
And yet the team that I watch has provided zero enjoyment for the entirety of the time that I've been watching them. So it makes me wonder why. What compels my brain? What part of this monkey brain that I have has been burned into it? You need to keep watching this horrible, disappointing dumpster fire of a team.
It's
But
almost
for some
become
reason
like the time lost fallacy or whatever it is, right? Like,
Right.
it's
Sunk
like
cost fallacy.
yeah, sunken cost fallacy. You're like, it
No,
has to pay off now.
That is exactly my theory. I think Rich Eisen understands this in the same way that I do now, which is that the thing is, when they do eventually
it's gonna
become
be so
good,
sweet.
Great.
are you kidding? That'll be like the greatest orgasm that I've ever had in my life.
You've been
which is
edging for 6 years.
the 6. What are you talking? We haven't been to the playoffs in over a decade. It is.
Yep.
It's a tough time. But if ever people have lived and died waiting for the Jets to be good. Hope edging that entire time, being like, well, if I put in another year, maybe if I rub the bobblehead of fucking Vinny Testaverde, yeah, we'll fucking it'll do it. But
I just remembered in that rant he's like, did you know that Vinny Testaverde blew out his Achilles on September 12th of 1999 or some shit?
Yep.
And he's like, and here we are, 20 whatever.
Yep.
He's like, and Aaron Rodgers had Vinny Testaverde come out on the field and waved everyone in some sort of cursed fashion. The exact same thing happened. I was like, yeah, that's pretty cursed.
Yeah. Oh god.
Even as the fact that Vinny Testaverde is like a Jets royalty dude, was like a mediocre quarterback.
Yeah, he only played here also for 2 years, by the way. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was a long. He wasn't. Yeah. But again, I said I haven't said this year. Said it every year for a while though. The Jets haven't had a 4,000-yard passer since 1969, baby.
Woo!
Oh boy, the year man went to the moon, and it's looking like that is not going to be broken again this year. Everyone,
That would be dude. That's like a fucking 1 to 500 betting odds you could get for Zach Wilson going 4,000 yards on the year.
That is, yeah,
man.
No way.
I decided to look up Vinny Testaverde. And I was like, oh, he threw for his pretty good touchdown amounts. He had 25 and 20, and then I realized those were his interception amounts.
Right. Yes.
So the 1 year with the Jets, 2000, he had 21 touchdowns and 25 interceptions, and that was actually his best Jets year, where he threw for 3,700 yards.
This is how I'm telling you, this fan base is broken. We don't understand what good QB play is like. They look at 12 of 27, 170 yards, 1 touchdown and 3 ints, and they're like, this is amazing. This is the best QB play I've ever seen. It actually, it's yeah. Again, psychologists, anyone out there, if you want to do a study, this is prime material. It
is crazy because then you flip it, you go over to Green Bay, through 6 touchdowns, 0 picks. He sucks. He's not even making fourth quarter comebacks.
That's why it has been funny hearing all these years. Anytime any of you have ever complained about your QBs being having to hold my even though I rant all the time, I still hold my tongue a lot, being you don't know what it's like. You don't know. I have names burned into my brain.
That 1 year Aaron Rodgers broke his collarbone, so I know what it's like to have him get injured and miss a whole season.
Yeah, Rob.
Okay. Yeah, I know what it's like.
Brady missed the season.
Yeah, we can relate. So anyway, the Cowboys played in this game too, and they did pretty well. But they played the Jets, so
it doesn't even matter. They just shellacked us. It wasn't even, to put it in perspective. Like, I watched the game, obviously, and they scored like 20 something points in the first half, and then they just kind of stopped trying. Like, they straight up, they were like, they're not going to catch up. We'll be fine.
Yeah,
that's enough.
And seriously, and then they like scored some in the second half, and they were like, yeah, that's good.
And normally against like a normal football team, that's when they start coming back, and you're like, conservative play calling. But in this one, they're like, they're really not coming back.
No, they did not give a shit. They had no fear of the Jets, and they had no reason to. Clearly, I mean, the Jets had no chance in this game.
Well, speaking of no chance,
wait, before we go,
oh, but that was such a good segue.
That was a great segue. I'm sorry.
Continue.
Do you think Robert Saleh makes it to the next year?
Yes.
I do.
100%.
Okay.
I don't think they fire him because of. I think the Aaron Rodgers injury is giving him the pass. They're like, you know what, we get it. I legit think that'll happen.
If we end up 1-16, I don't know if any coach could survive that, but we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes up. But I think he's gonna be all right. Broncos, Commanders. This Denver Broncos team is something.
They're 0-2.
They're 0-2 with Sean Payton, their new coach, who I mean, their offense is looking better than it was last year. All right.
Yeah. And this week 2 game was very Russell Wilson.
It was.
He looked great.
308, 3 TDs, a pick, 18 of 32. He ran for 56 yards. Marvin Mims Jr., 113 yards. On the other side, Sam Howell, 299, 2 touchdowns. Looking pretty good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he did pretty good.
Some numbers.
Yeah. Brian Robinson Jr., 87 and 2 touchdowns. Terry McLaurin had 54 and a touchdown. Looking pretty good. And then the big thing that happened this game, I don't know if you saw it, but the Broncos got a Hail Mary.
Oh, right, yeah. And then,
In classic Denver Bronco fashion, they get the Hail Mary, but they're down by 2 after the Hail Mary touchdown, so they have to go for 2, and they fail the 2-point conversion.
Yep.
It was a controversial call, wasn't it?
A
2-pointer? I seem to remember that being a thing. Maybe not. I'm lying.
Are you lying? I don't know.
I might be lying.
I don't remember
exactly.
exactly.
Well, I mean, they had to go for 2, right? Or do you mean the actual play they called?
Well, the play result, I think the officiating.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that too.
I think I did hear that, but I didn't really see. Somebody look into it, but still, this is a upsetting loss for the Broncos because you get the Hail Mary, you're like yes, and then it just crashes down again. But I don't know what's wrong. I guess their defense isn't great. I have no idea. I didn't really watch too much. I just saw the ending. But
all I see is 0-2 Russell Wilson Broncos, and the meme is alive and well, boys. It's
let's ride.
Let's ride. Yes.
Yeah. And not Commanders 2-0. The Washington Commanders 2-0.
Maybe the least predictable start of the season.
Yep. In fact, the NFC East is a combined 7-1.
Sheesh.
Yep, with the only loss being the Giants. So,
that's a pretty bad one. I think that counts for a couple.
Yeah,
dude, this division again is going to be chaos by the end of the year.
Yep, I can't wait.
Oh, okay, yes. So it was okay. So here's the here's the link. You can see there's a Twitter video. And basically what happened at the end of the game is Benjamin St. Juste, basically interfered before, he made contact before the ball arrived with Sutton, so people wanted to call there.
Right.
Yeah. And it does look like that. It does look like that was probably interference, to be honest.
Yeah. No, it probably was. It seems like it's like a Saints moment, right? The Sean Payton moment with he tried to challenge the pass interference, can't in that playoff game. That's just a curse. I mean, they just got cursed. That's what happens when you got Sean Payton.
Yeah.
So there you go. Then we had Dolphins, Patriots.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed. Patriots were down 17-3 at halftime. And then the classic 14 points in the fourth quarter to lose by a touchdown.
Yep.
And yep, I mean, the Dolphins with Tua are a good football team. Like that's pretty much what we've boiled it down to, right? When they have Tua, they're like a playoff Super Bowl contender. When they don't have Tua, they're not.
Well, Waddle and Hill are still the best 1-2 in the league. Like,
oh yeah,
Yeah.
those guys are unreal together. And then Mostert had a great game today too. 18 carries, 121 for 2 TDs.
Yeah.
No,
Solid ground game. Yeah, the Dolphins offense with Tua is formidable.
yeah, and their
They might-
defense
I
is
mean,
good.
They might win the division, to be honest. I wouldn't be.
They still got Buffalo, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, we'll see how Buffalo. I mean, they lost to Zach Wilson's Jets, so you know.
They gave
That is
New York
true.
their one in the win column for this year. So
yep.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it's kind of a boring game, and then it got a little exciting at the end. But Patriots are pretty much what we said. They're a very high floor team, but
Yes.
a very low ceiling. So
They're-
it's like, oh, they're
they're going to be
playing.
competitive in probably every game. And I mean, they've played 2 very good teams to begin the season. So they're going to get a win next week, and then they'll probably lose to the Cowboys. And I don't know. They'll probably be like a 9-7 team this year,
Yeah,
or 10-7, or 9-8, whatever it is.
yeah. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe they'll get better as the season goes on too. But one thing's for sure, they will probably be better than the Jets.
Yeah, it's pretty likely.
I'm so mad, by the way, that Jets are going to be last in the division again.
Yeah.
It's like that's the thing. It's not even. There's never even been progress. We've not gone from 4 to 3 or to 2. It's just always been 4 for 20 years. But the thing that I wanted to say was that when earlier you were saying about Philadelphia, I read a story about Tyreek Hill in Boston here in this game, saying that the fans were saying some vile shit.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, and you know, Tyreek Hill's not a good dude, but
Yeah.
also, I've heard from several athletes actually that Boston is
Oh,
issue
Boston's
with that.
racist and terrible. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's what I'm.
Zero doubt.
I've heard.
Yeah.
I heard that with the Celtics games actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, their fan base is awful and racist and shitty.
yeah.
Fucking play the ball, dude. What are you doing? Yeah, it's probably Boston, Philadelphia going at it for number 1 in terms of
Oh yeah,
fan
Angriest, yeah.
Yep.
put them in a big room together and see if anybody survives.
Yep. Wasn't Philadelphia the ones that threw like batteries at Santa Claus or some shit?
Yeah.
There's something
Yeah,
like
they,
that.
This is why I
seem like
put my
they're
money
actually
on.
trying to be shitty, and whereas like Boston fan bases are like, nah, that's just our culture, man. We're
Yeah.
just assholes, except we're really just terrible people.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Unless you
No,
listen to this
I would put my
podcast,
money
of
on
course, in
Philly.
which case you're a very good fan in the fan
Nah,
base.
you kind of probably still suck. Let's be real.
But that's true.
Yeah,
You guys still
yeah,
suck.
you racist living in Boston.
I was
Bastard.
a Patriots fan. I was a piece of shit. I used to be a piece of shit. People can change,
Yeah.
okay?
He
The
became
best
more of a
thing
Vikings
that came
fan
out of
instead.
Boston. Best thing that came out of Boston is their cream.
That's true, actually. That's
Yeah.
a fact.
It is my favorite donut. Is the
That was a good donut.
Mhm. It's tasty.
I'm a big fan.
Then we had
Top 3 donuts, go. No, this is important,
Okay, this
Crandall.
is
You're right.
important,
You're
you're
right.
Blueberry, vanilla frosted, maple bar.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's an interesting. lineup.
personally, I like a jelly filled donut. I've had good like a pistachio, like a lemon pistachio or
Ooh,
something.
I like
Okay.
that pick.
Yeah, I like that. And
nowhere.
then, oh man, third, Pastor Rob.
Think
You
about
gotta
it real
with
hard.
these exotic choices. Mine is seriously, it's Boston cream and then just a chocolate frosted donut
Sure.
and
Yep.
probably the pink sprinkle donut.
Oh, yeah, there
that's
you
a
go.
good one.
Yeah.
I do like a good
Absolutely.
pink sprinkled donut. You know what? Maybe even a chocolate long john.
What the fuck
Okay.
is a long john?
You don't know what a long john is?
No, I never heard of that in my
What?
life.
Look up chocolate long john.
I'm looking this up. Well, I mean, I assume this is this gonna be porn?
Oh, that's
Are
just
you
that's
sending me
just,
to porn?
it's just a bar.
It's a
Just
long
a bar
donut.
donut.
It's called a Long
Never
John. You
That's
didn't
what
know
I
that?
call the
What?
Maple Bar. He called it the Long John.
Wait,
Oh.
that's a maple bar? Is a
It
Long
looks
John?
like a fucking eclair,
I think so.
dude. We call these eclairs here.
What the
Oh,
shit?
wait, is it cream filled?
No.
No, yeah, no. So
Oh.
I just call it a maple bar if it's got maple coating on it. If
But
it's
it's
got
not maple,
chocolate on it,
it's
it's
got
a
chocolate.
chocolate bar. Well, he's
But
called
it's
a
not a
chocolate
chocolate
bar.
bar. It's a Long
It's
John.
long. All right, you're right. It's a Long John. I'm wrong.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, according to Wikipedia, you're both right and wrong because there's a picture of a quote unquote cream filled maple bar donut.
Yeah,
with
no, you're
custard.
absolutely
What?
right. Yeah,
So
this is
it
just
both
confusing.
can be filled and it is also called a maple
God damn
bar.
it! There's no fucking consistency.
And by the way, I just want to point out, I have never heard of either of these fucking things in my entire goddamn life.
Never even heard of a maple bar?
No, I've never heard. All of these are brand new words to me that you're talking about. I've never heard of this donut in my life.
Yeah, it says so. The term Long John is Midwest and Canada and parts of Texas. And then in
Ah.
other parts of the United States and Canada, such as Mid-Atlantic and Central Canada, they are called more as eclairs.
Yeah, that's what
And
I'm
then
saying.
That's just actually an
American-
eclair, though, right? Yeah.
I
And
mean, it's
then
different from an
American
eclair,
West
yeah.
Coast and British Columbia, they call them bars. So really, it just depends on where you are.
It's a local thing. All right, cool.
Hey,
Today I learned.
Look at that. We're all different but the same.
That's
Wow.
right. Speaking of which, Saints Panthers question mark?
Saints, Panthers, different
Saints,
but the
Panthers.
same.
Yeah.
Very good. That's actually a good segue. Good job.
Thanks.
Derek Carr, 228 and a pick. That's kind of ass.
Great.
Tony Jones Jr. had 2 rushing touchdowns. Taysom Hill ran for 75.
He just keeps working. I don't
Yeah.
get it.
I really don't.
I don't get it
understand
either.
I don't know how it keeps working.
And Bryce Young, 153 yards and a touchdown, although a lot of that did come on the final drive. The Saints defense is a very good defense. And actually the Panther defense is pretty solid. But the problem is that the offense is seemingly not as great. And yeah, this is kind of a boring game until the end, to be honest.
Yeah.
Dude, how it seems kind of obvious and like a surface level observation, but at the same time I can't ignore it. Just give Taysom Hill the ball more? Question mark? Like
Well, maybe
their win percentage when he has like 8 or more carries per game is probably higher than it is in the inverse, I would suspect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably.
I'd say so.
The problem is if you use them too much, because we did.
You got to
see
use them
that.
just the right amount.
Yeah.
Which apparently is 9 carries. So give him the ball 9 times a game, and then you'll win every game.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Pretty sure it's going to work.
Yeah.
I really am amazed that it is still working after years of them doing across multiple coaches.
Oh,
It's
Yeah.
still working. It's
He was
pretty crazy.
33.
yeah. And
still just-
what is his position even? Like
He's Taysom Hill.
Yeah, right.
That is
Yeah.
his position.
Each
Taysom
team
Hill.
gets one Taysom Hill. He's the only one that exists, though, so the
That's-
Saints got it.
that's like in college football, you know, they have a position that's like that's just called athlete, I think, right?
Yeah.
And that's they call players that if they just play, you know,
Or if they
4
like
or
play
5
both sides or
positions.
something. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
They play offense, defense, special teams, whatever,
Right.
you know, like wherever you need them. And that's, I mean, it's not exactly the same here, but it's just like just such a weird non-position that he
Yeah.
plays. It really is just.
I mean, they
Taysom
have him
Hill.
listed as a tight end, so it's just fucking
Yeah,
bizarre.
and he doesn't. Does he even line up?
I don't
at
think
tight
he,
end?
I don't
he-
think he's got a single fucking reception in his career, for God's sake.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
And the Panthers, I mean, they're still developed. It's Bryce Young. He's learning. You know, their offense is going to probably
Yeah.
take some time, but
Yeah.
Even if he has a bad year, and it looks like he's not really. He's not having like amazing after 2 games, but he's not like the worst.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
so
He'll get there.
he'll get there. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that'll be fine. And then we had Browns Steelers.
Oh
Which-
boy.
Let me tell you,
He's been
Hey,
waiting.
there he is.
He's been waiting.
5 from Mexico. It's
Live from a
football. It's me.
fishbowl.
It's me. I'm here.
I can hear the Cancun in his voice.
Yeah.
I'm in Cancun, and I watched the game on Mexican ESPN.
Woo! That sounds fun, actually.
It was fun. I did get to watch a game. I think it was the Sunday night game, and at one point, one of the commentators went wah 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 wah, and I was like, "These guys are so much more fun, dude. This is great."
I was gonna ask if the commentators were better. I would imagine they are.
They were having a good time. They were enjoying the game. I was also enjoying the game.
I
Yep.
imagine.
I think the best way I can sum up this game is that the Steelers, going into the fourth quarter, were down 3 points. The offense generated -7 yards
Yep.
in the entirety of the fourth quarter, and we won the game by 4 points.
Yep. Because of the
There's your
defense.
statistic of the game.
Yeah,
is
that's
confusing.
crazy.
Yeah.
I've got good news though, and that is that the Matt Canada hate has reached outside of its own circle and now is in the mainstream media. Everyone now
Oh
knows
shit! They're
that
gonna have a
this man is
congressional
a
hearing?
terrorist of football nature. He is the new football terrorist. First, it was Greg Roman, but he's gone. So
Yeah.
now Matt Canada is the new football terrorist. And maybe he'll get fired. I don't know. Tomlin today, they actually asked him. They were like, "Did you hear the crowd chanting 'Fire Matt Canada'?" And he was like, we love our fans, you know." And he did a Tomlin quote. I don't remember it. He said a very, very much a Tomlin quote.
Oh, I gotta find it, yeah, because it was pretty great.
It was wacky. Look, Kenny Pickett had another rough game. I'm gonna be real. Didn't look too hot, but everyone in the subreddit has sold. They're like, "Nah, we're Kenny Pickett, fire him into a cannon. He's dog shit." I'm still in the area of like, hey, maybe we give him a chance with literally maybe like a cat as an offensive coordinator, or maybe like a wet brick. I don't know, just something better than Matt Canada. That'd be pretty sick. Just give him a shot, you know. I mean, it was we had a 4th down play call, a 4th and 2. And we went for it, or was it 3rd and 2? It was 3rd or 4th down. They called a quarterback like jet sweep fake quarterback run with Kenny Pickett. My brother in Christ. I couldn't understand a lot of the commentators, but the Mexican commentators after that play, the confusion in their voice and the words that I were getting, they were like, you know, Tango Najee Harris, Tango Jalen Warren, like, why the fuck are you doing? Like, that's I could hear it, like it was like they were visibly, audibly upset. Yeah.
Tomlin on the Fire Canada chants. I appreciate their passion. I love our fans. They challenge. We don't begrudge them for that. We want them to be fat, sassy, and spoiled.
Yeah, that's the one. That's Tomlin, man.
That's a Tomlin quote, all right.
Yeah.
That's a Tomlin quote. Yeah, who knows where the season will take us? I don't know. We beat the Browns. Deshaun Watson looks like shit.
Yep.
Nick Chubb's knee exploded into 1,000 pieces.
Yep.
Yeah, that sucked.
It was very sad, both as a fan of football and a fan of having Nick Chubb on my fantasy team. Both of those are very sad.
And a fan of having knees. Anybody
Knees are
like
good, yes.
anyone with
I wanna
knees,
I want to watch
say-
my knees.
don't watch the play if you
do not.
like knees.
don't watch
look
it.
it up. It is fucked. That is one of the worst football injuries I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's
Actually,
bad.
Very much
that might be the
leg go
worst.
wrong way.
Yeah.
I have no hate towards Nick Chubb, regardless of the team he plays for. So I hope that he does come back. I don't know if he will. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a
was a
gnarly
bad
injury
one,
to
dude,
have
yeah.
once, and he's had it twice now. So
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Steelers win, I guess. I guess. I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
Win's a win.
a win's a win.
It's a win. It is a win. Yeah. And hey, Jalen Warren, watch out. Watch out for Jalen Warren. Dude's
Watch out,
crazy.
Jalen Warren. Apollo's
he's
coming
good.
for
I
you.
told you guys he was good, and no one believed me. And now everyone is saying, they're like, Jalen Warren, he might be running back 1. Like he's crazy.
Yeah.
Y'all just got Najee Harris too. Y'all spoiled back there.
Yeah, well, Najee, people are like fire Najee and start Jalen, which is like okay, a little aggressive, but I do agree that Jalen Warren should get more touches.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, go on.
I was gonna say George Pickens had that crazy touchdown. That was probably the highlight of their offense, to be honest.
That was probably like a considerable portion of the offensive yards of that game was that play.
It was a great play,
George
though.
Pickens probably had like 80% of our offense that night.
What was I just realized that we didn't talk. There was that one really fucking great pass of the week. I don't think it was in this game, although George Pickens' great touchdown was awesome. But it was do you guys remember what I'm talking about? Guy went up in between two defenders and high pointed the ball and came down with it in the end zone. It was a beautiful play.
I don't remember that one. Did you guys talk about the Chris Olave catch though? That was crazy.
Maybe that was
That
what
was
I'm talking
crazy.
about.
Yeah, the Olave catch
Chris
in the Saints
Olave,
game was
he
really
jumped
good.
up. He like batted the ball once, and while he was falling, he like caught it again. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was
Garrett
pretty
Wilson.
cool. Yeah, kind of Garrett Wilson-esque. Well, Browns lose. They're not good.
Yay!
Steve-
Deshaun Watson sucks. Yay!
He does suck.
Yeah.
So let's move on to our big time power rankings.
Power ranking.
Power rankings.
I don't want to make too many crazy noises. I don't know how bad this microphone is.
That's honestly not too bad, but
It's not terrible. Yeah.
My phone. It's a phone.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. it's not horrible.
so here we go. Let's start it out with the thinnest dink. Oh wait, no, we got top 5 teams. All right, top 5
Hey,
teams
you
that are
know
in
what you
power
got.
rankings.
Falling apart here. Falling apart.
Unbelievable. Here we go. Top 5 team NFL power
Yeah, you gotta get
rankings.
into character. That's the
Yeah,
Yeah,
problem.
that was the problem. Starting with Robert.
I will go with the Kansas City Chiefs, please.
Yup. Bear.
May I have the San Francisco 49ers?
Yup.
Mm,
Apollo.
taste.
The Dallas Cowboys.
Rob.
I hate that. Let us go with the Baltimore Ravens.
Eh.
What?
Oh,
Come
what?
on.
Ooh. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yep. And Apollo.
Oh Jesus! I don't have the list of teams in front of me. It makes this so much harder. It's not. So Chibley said the Vikings, but that's not right. He likes the
Yeah, he's
Vikings.
definitely wrong. Really?
Yeah,
That
Chip.
is very
He's
wrong.
a big Chip's a big Vikings fan as of like 3 days ago.
Yo, I'm
Um,
in. That's great.
This is a
Always
bad
known
time to
Chip had
be a
good
Vikings fan.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm going through my divisions here. I'm checklisting. It's not
Alright.
an AFC nor. Oh, maybe it's maybe it's the Dolphins.
Sure.
It is indeed the Miami Dolphins.
Okay.
Number
Oh my
5.
God.
Oh, there we go.
All right. Rob, the Ravens were number 7 in the
Wow.
power rankings.
Who was
Now,
6?
let's go with the thinnest dink. Whoever wants to say it can say it for the thinnest dink going from number 14 to 10.
Oh, that's kind of not a very big dink, huh?
Yeah, it's not
Nope,
very thin.
it's pretty-
It's quite wide.
The Rams.
Eh,
Oh wait, no, they lost, but they almost won though. Oh.
that is true.
Hmm.
Thinnest dink.
You got to call out another name.
Well, I wasted my
You
guess.
already guessed. Now we need you and Bear.
Yeah,
guess
I'm
again if you
trying to
want.
think. I just, man, I guess we'll probably go with the Giants, maybe.
No way, brother. No
Okay.
way.
Rob.
Yeah, I thought maybe they had a redemption arc.
No.
They went from 14 to 10, you say?
Yeah.
Well, then, I think that would have to be the...
I didn't hear the 14 to 10 part. That makes the Giants guess seem pretty silly.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the Washington Commanders. Oh, come on.
It is
The
the
Atlanta
That's a good guess, though.
Falcons.
it is
What
the
the
New
fuck?
The Bucks?
Orleans Saints.
Oh, we were in the right
Oh.
division.
That
I don't know
fucking
about that one.
Rob, it's not Dan Hansis anymore.
Yeah, it's still
is-
not Kansas.
Great name.
It's Eric
I
at
still
home.
want to say fuck Dan Hansis, though.
Yeah,
you can
He's
still
a
say
new
it.
guy.
What's
Dan.
the new guy's name again?
Eric at home. Ed home.
And Danzis.
Eric,
Dan
is
Ed
anyone
home.
home?
Yeah,
Dan,
see,
nobody's
like,
home.
it's good for bits, but it's not good to
Yeah.
yell.
That's true.
It's true.
Maybe Eric. Eric is good. Go with Eric,
Yeah, it's not bad.
right?
It's also confusing that it's my name.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You don't have a real name.
That's
That's
true.
true.
I
You
don't
are
actually.
Krendor.
My name is Coach and last name Krendor. It's pretty crazy, the birth certificate. Now we
Yeah.
have the fattest doink. 17 to 22.
Ooh.
Let's go.
So no, they are already so low.
I'm gonna
fuck.
say Lions.
Nah. The Minnesota Vikings.
It is the Minnesota Vikings
Hey, there you
falling
go.
down to 22. And then one team rose despite losing. It was the Rams because Apollo already said it.
That's yeah. They had to go
Okay,
up, man.
Okay.
All right, here we go. This one will go to Bear. True or false? The 0-2 Los Angeles Chargers are ranked above multiple 2-0 teams.
Ooh, let's go true.
That is true. The Chargers are above the
Yeah.
Commanders and the Buccaneers.
Damn.
Wow. Well, we'll
That's
see.
wacky.
Damn, disrespected.
Eric, come
They
on.
did lose both games by one score, though.
Yeah. Rob,
Yes, sir.
in what order are the three feline-based teams ranked? Bengals,
Ooh.
Lions, Jaguars, Panthers if you also want.
Oh, well, yeah, that's definitely that's
Yeah,
four.
yeah, it definitely
that's-
fits the qualification.
It's definitely a feline.
Yes.
Okay, so sorry. Say the four of them again.
It is Bengals, Lions, Jaguars, Panthers. What order, starting with the highest rank?
Well, still Bengals highest, and then probably Lions, Jags, Panthers.
That is close, but incorrect. It is
Lions are up there, right?
Lions
are
are number
Yeah.
one. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm
Bengals are 0-2, bud.
Jaguars.
Whoa.
Yeah, but-
Jaguars number 2. Bengals
Ooh.
3. And
Wow.
Panthers 4. It was 8,
Wow.
9, and 12.
Bungles.
That was not close. Why did you say that was close?
Well,
that was pretty
It
far
was not.
off.
It was
It's
not
like
close. Yeah,
three
you
and
lied.
3 and 4 wrong. Wait, was it even right on the fourth one?
well, it's
No,
they're
what
8,
was
9,
it?
and 12. They're all pretty close together.
True.
So
That's
it's not too bad. I mean, you said Bengals, Lions, Jaguars, Panthers, right? You just
Yeah.
flip flop.
Wait, the Panthers are ranked 12th?
No, they're 27.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Fuck, I almost lost my mind. I was like, what?
yeah.
And Apollo, true or false? There is at least one team from each division in the top 10 of the NFL.com NFL Power Rankings on NFL.com.
What are the odds of that? There's 8 divisions, right? So is there any division that's really bad? It would be the Falcons, that division. So then the Falcons and the Bucks would have to be not ranked in the top 10, but the Saints, and the Saints were 10th, weren't they? I'm gonna say true.
You can see the fucking mathematical formulas bouncing around in his
Coach is
brain.
going
there.
with some real cerebral ones this week. I'm liking this.
Well, these are big thanks to Pixel for the
Yeah.
questions.
All
this week as
right.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
That makes
he's
sense.
going above and beyond yet again.
Yep.
Yep.
These are true. It is Lions, Cowboys, Eagles, 49ers, Saints, and then the AFC Ravens, Bills, Dolphins, Chiefs, Jaguars.
Wow.
Look at that.
Damn.
And those are your NFL.com Bible of the Internet, NFL.com Power Rankings.
And home.
Oh,
I
right.
didn't
Yeah.
know you were
okay.
saying.
To say, you meant to say
Those are
pick
good.
Yeah.
All right, time for
Pick'ems.
pick'ems. Pick them.
Big thanks to our assistant coach of the week, Kurisu, who pledges over on patreon.com/3guysandbear. You can click the link down in the description to check out the Patreon for yourself and join the assistant coach tier, where you might be chosen to have your picks discussed along with ours every week for the assistant coach of the week. Patreon pick'em.
Wow. Pick'ems.
Mm-hmm.
So, in terms of pick'em stats, we have it right
We got it.
here.
He had it ready the whole time.
All right, there it is. That's
right. There it is. Yeah.
So we had caddy conflict. Rob and Bear disagree more often on Jaguars games than any other team. 28 of 75.
That's interesting.
And in 28 of those 28 games, Rob leads Bear 15-13, despite picking the Jaguars more. The Jaguars are 8-20 in those games.
How did he make my bear look so angry with just a simple eyebrow modification?
Yeah, I don't know.
Impressive.
Eyebrows, man.
Yeah, eyebrows. Am I right?
Flying in formation, the Eagles have been picked unanimously in 7 straight games during which they are 5-2. This
I like those
ties with the
Pretty good.
Bucks for the longest streak, also 5-2. The Bengals, Packers, and Browns are second with 6.
Really?
Yes.
Well, the Browns being picked against, I assume.
Yeah. Crendor, by the horns, is the first non-Randy to pick the Texans in week 2 since 2019. They have never been picked in week 1.
I like that we're
Good
all
God.
technically non-Randys.
Yeah.
No state.
That's
How I
how,
identify.
you can put people into 2 categories, Randy,
Randy and
or
non-Randy.
Yeah.
non-Randy.
Absolutely.
Despite being the most picked against team in September, they've only been locked against 3 times.
It's too easy.
Yeah, it's too easy.
Yeah.
Apollo, Feeling Blue, is the only one who is more successful locking NFC teams than AFC teams.
That is
That's
actually
wild.
funny.
That actually is pretty wild. Bear is more successful with AFC than NFC.
Isn't so? I was looking at this last night. Is Randy really bad at NFC? Am I remembering that
Yeah,
correctly?
it's pretty
Like,
ridiculous.
horrible at it.
Shockingly bad.
That is pretty insane, actually.
It's like a
He's-
statistical anomaly.
He's
Yeah.
one of the better AFC pickers, but definitely the worst.
25% on his
Yeah.
NFC locks. That's insane.
But 67 for the AFC.
Yeah,
That's like
but-
better
yeah.
than half.
Yeah. it's
Meanwhile,
insane.
Randy should probably be mine because I'm 50-50, 66% in both. You would
yeah, there you
think.
go.
Mm.
And then speaking of Randy,
And speaking of Randy's 12-2 predicting divisional games so far this season better than anyone else, especially me. I'm 5-9.
he's
We'll
crushing
see
it.
about that, Randy.
Well, we should also mention the rankings, the score rankings from last week too, which our
Right.
assistant coach Cross-eyed got 11-6, which is a very commendable.
The assistant coaches are doing well, 2 in a row.
Yeah.
But Randy ended up still 10-7. He had
Yeah.
a positive record.
Randy is 22-12 on the season, which is insane.
Yeah.
Man,
coin.
how long can he keep that up for?
That's
We'll
the
see.
question. We will see.
You are maintaining
Bear
that
and I.
50-50, coach. You got 17
Yeah, I had a
17 on
terrible
the
week.
season so far.
Yeah, 17-17, right at the 50. I need a big week here. I got to not take a lot of chances.
Yeah.
Gotta stop picking the fucking Texans, man.
Yeah.
I predict that you are going to forget saying that and gonna go ahead and
We get to have the
Oh,
boldest
100%.
lock of the season easily.
In fact, I'll probably still remember and pick some. Yeah.
Chibley, do you wanna pick them with us?
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Chip, pick them.
Yeah.
You just pick who you think's gonna win.
Pick'ems.
Well, no, we're gonna do each one. The team. Nah, but you gotta do all of them.
Just hear him say
No,
Vikings,
but
man.
we're gonna do
Vikings,
one at a
pick
time.
the Vikings.
I'll tell you and I'll ask, and you just give me a name. Okay, cool. He's doing it. We got Chibley
Sweet.
picks this
All right.
week.
Let's
Oh,
go.
shit.
Here we
But
go.
I want to see who does better. Chibley is someone who's watched all of maybe like 15 minutes of football, or Randy, a literal coin.
Yeah. Giants,
Yeah.
49ers.
Niners.
That's gonna be Niners.
I'm
Oh,
going
where's
to.
the hesitation
Sorry,
coming from here?
I have
Jesus.
to. No, I just had to bring
Yeah.
up the schedule. We just jumped
Oh,
right
yeah.
in. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to lock the 49ers.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I locked them last week and they
Starting
almost lost.
strong,
but they got there.
Crandor.
Yeah, I need
gotta
it.
open
I
up
need
our-
this.
Hey, man, trap game. Warning.
It could
This-
be.
my trap
Mm.
game senses are going off.
It is a
Mine
Thursday
aren't.
game.
Our assistant coach Karizu picks the 49ers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right, Chib, 49ers or Giants? Giants, bro. He's going Giants.
All right.
Ah,
playing
confidence,
bad.
I
I
love
will
it.
take the Niners
They're
as
laughing
well.
with you. They're laughing with you.
Right.
Falcons, Lions.
Oh, that's gonna be a fun game.
That is a fun
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, I don't
My
know.
Lions belief is still at an all-time high. Give me the Lions, even though they
All right.
lost.
Our assistant coach, Carisu's going with the Falcons. I
You know
might
what?
side with
Yeah.
them here.
After watching the
2-0.
Falcons last week, I think I'm gonna go Falcons.
Robinson, dude, he looks impressive.
Yeah.
Falcons are playing well.
Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, and you know
Rob-
what? The Lions' defense isn't that great, so he's
Yeah.
gonna
Ooh,
run all
I'll take
over
a
them.
little 1v3. Give it to me.
Yeah,
What's
I'll go
Chibley pick, though?
Falcons. Yeah,
Falcons from
All
All right,
Chibley.
there we go.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
4v1.
Yeah. We have Chargers Vikings.
Oh no!
Oh, the kings of losing
You
games.
want to lock the Vikings? Chibley's gonna lock the Vikings.
Yeah.
Let's go. Go Chib.
Honestly, I'm gonna take the Vikings. I think the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm with y'all. I'm going Minnesota here.
they're less cursed.
I am going to take the Chargers. There's no way they start 0-3.
I am
There's just
also
no
taking
chance.
the Chargers. Yep. I also just don't want to cheer for the Vikings. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, both these teams are 0-2, huh?
Yep, they're both
Yeah.
0-2.
Yes,
oh
sir.
no, one of them has to be 0-3.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's why I'm
Karisu has
I'm-
always gone, or also gone Minnesota.
literally just going Chargers to cheer against them. That's about it. Cheer against the Vikings, that is.
Right.
Mhm.
Saints Packers first game in Lambeau.
Oh man, that's also gonna be hard.
This is actually a really close game. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
Packers just because you know why.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the Saints have been as impressive as they should be.
Yeah.
Like, they should have won that Panthers game. That was a division game, though. I don't know, man. This is 50-50.
Yeah.
Our defense also sucks ass unless they can catch the interceptions that are thrown at them.
Yeah, what do you think, Chib? You got
Yeah, I was mostly waiting to see what Chip said.
Mhm.
okay. He says the Saints are going to catch all the interceptions that are thrown at them. How many
All right.
interceptions is Jordan Love going to throw?
He might throw.
Nine.
I think he might
You
throw
said 9?
one.
That's a lot.
9 interceptions from
Damn,
Jordan Love.
dude, that's a
next
bad
week.
game.
gonna be a
That's
rough
gonna be a
game.
rough game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna
I
be
would
pretty
honestly
rough.
question the coaches if they let
Yeah,
me
not
do
benching
that.
him
at
at
some
the fourth
point you
or
gotta
fifth,
do
right?
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Oh god, I'm gonna go with the Packers for parity.
Yeah, I'm also going to
I don't think the Saints start 3-0.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I'll pick the Packers.
All right.
Karisu's also picking the Packers.
All
by
right.
the
Yep.
way.
Packers heavy picks.
Texans, Jaguars.
I
Let
mean, it's got to be
me-
the Jags.
Jag-
Let me
Jaguars.
go ahead and lock in the Jags there.
Ooh.
Wow.
Speaking of
They
taking the
did
easy
lose.
locks
Divisional
against the
game, bit
Texans,
dicey.
They
I
did
think the
lose
Jaguars
last
will
week.
win.
Jags,
I
Texans.
feel pretty good about Lawrence.
Oh, we
picking it
got
back up here.
Jags from Chib too. That's a full sweep on the
Damn,
Jags
full
there.
sweep.
Jags
Well, I
sweep, yep.
haven't decided yet.
Oh.
I am-
Okay,
shit.
bud. Okay, do you a CJ Stroud believer?
No, I'll take the Jags.
Okay, that's what
All
I
right.
thought.
Karisu with the Jags pick as well.
uh-huh.
Broncos, Dolphins.
Karisu's gone Dolphins here. I feel like the Broncos are heading toward an 0-3 start. Yeah, let's go Dolphins.
It's a trap game. This is a
feels
trap
kinda like
game.
a trap game.
Although
It's a
here's the
trap
thing,
game.
it's Miami at home. If they were away, if they were going to
Yeah.
Denver, then I would maybe say yeah. But I don't know. I think I'd probably go Dolphins here.
I'll go Dolphins. The Broncos have just not looked. Yeah, I'm
Dude,
gonna
I'm gonna
go
tell you,
Dolphins.
last
They
2
looked
weeks.
pretty good last week.
The last 2 weeks, the Broncos have been at home. This is their first away game. They've sucked at home. So you know what? I think they're gonna win on the road. I'm going Broncos.
Oh shit!
Wasn't that a thing last year too? They
It
lost so many
probably
home
was.
games last year.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm still going Dolphins. I just don't think that wide receiver core is so good. What
It
do you
is
got?
good.
Dolphins or Broncos? It's Miami. The Brontosaurus. The Brontosaurus.
Oh, dude, that'd be so much cooler.
The
if we had a-
Brontos.
That would be.
It's he
We
picks
need
the vendor Brontos.
All right,
you know,
perfect.
man.
Titans, Browns. Titans.
Oh,
Titans!
gross.
Yep.
Yeah, the Browns are gone, huh? They're dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be Titans. Titans, Browns.
Titans, dude, fuck the Browns.
Fuck the Browns.
Yeah.
He knows.
Yeah,
I
Jim,
told
he
him.
knows.
I told him.
He knows.
Yeah.
Bills, Commanders.
Oh, sorry. Hang on. I went Titans.
Oh,
All right.
I figured everybody was.
Oh,
just-
did we actually even mention? Oh, actually, Karisu took the Browns.
Yeah,
Oh.
like a bastard.
What?
1v5 or
They may
something.
be one of our, people we made into a Browns fan. If so, sorry.
I know.
On
I
accident,
do
yeah.
feel very bad about that.
Yeah.
Considering what happened.
I cannot see the rest of the games out in front of me, but I am going to lock the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
Fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna pick the Bills.
What?
I will. Well,
I don't think the Commanders go 3-0.
yeah. And you know what? Their offense is not good enough to go 3-0. So I
Yeah.
will. Yeah, I'll take the
Do you
Bills
pick
too.
an ice cream? So Chipley, when I told him about the Buffalo Bills, he thought it was an ice cream. So he's gonna pick the one that he thought was an ice cream. He thought I said bubblegum Bill.
You know,
Oh,
so
that's-
far that's a good strategy. That seems to have worked out. So I mean,
Yeah.
That seems like the name of a guy that runs an Old West saloon.
It does.
Buffalo Bill. It's
Yeah.
me,
Buffalo
Buffalo, Bill.
Bill.
Here
No,
to sell you
Bubblegum
long
Bill
chair.
specifically.
Bubblegum Bill.
Bubblegum Bill.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah, but-
yeah. Bubblegum Buffalo
Karisu
Bill.
with the bold Commanders pick here. I
Yeah.
really give him some
I don't know
props
about
for
that
that.
one.
If I didn't do bad last week, maybe I would do it.
I will also go with the Bills.
Colts, Ravens.
Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens.
Yeah, that's Ravens. Yeah.
Especially
Oh.
if Anthony Richardson's not playing.
Oh, is he injured? Oh, he got a
Yeah,
concussion, right?
concussion.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Okay, Ravens.
Yeah.
Ravens, Colt. Yeah, Ravens. Yeah, he's a big Ravens fan too. He
Yeah,
likes football teams, I
Ravens
think.
sweep.
I mean, Ravens are cool as birds.
They are cool.
Yeah,
as
they're pretty
birds.
dope birds.
I hate the Ravens team because Ravens the bird are cool, but I
Yeah.
have to hate them because of the team.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Cool.
Honestly,
Karisu
that's me with
also went
the
Ravens.
it's me with the
Yeah.
Vikings because I actually think the Viking stuff is cool, but I'm like, man, this division, I can't do it. Jets, Patriots.
Patriots.
Gotta be
Yeah,
the
that's
Pats.
gotta be the Patriots.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Patriots.
I hope they lose because you guys did not shit talk the Patriots enough. I asked you nicely to make sure that everyone knows that the Patriots suck, but they're gonna win this game.
Yeah.
We actually did the opposite.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's insane.
Yeah.
Patriots, Jets. Oh, Jets. Okay. There you
Oh,
go.
hell yeah,
Oh, wow.
dude.
You know what? I
Whoa.
appreciate it, Chibley. I appreciate it. Someone needs to keep the faith.
Mhm.
Karisu also selected Pats.
Yep.
Panthers, Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Karisu believes in Geno season. Love to see it. Seahawks. Seahawks, baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
Geno season.
Panthers are they feel so close, you know, but like I just
Yeah.
don't know if they're there. I think I
Yeah.
have to go Seahawks.
It's rookie QB. He's gonna
Yeah.
take some. He's got to cook.
He's gonna do some
Gotta
dumb
cook.
stuff.
Yeah.
They're close enough. Panthers. He says he thinks the Panthers are there.
Damn,
Panthers
okay.
are there.
Okay.
All right,
Chibley's got the foresight.
he does.
might.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna watch him kick all our asses this week.
Yeah, that would be.
I would be
so
very
funny.
happy.
Bears. Oh, did you pick?
Am I allowed to swap my lock from the Jets?
No, Chiefs lock. I locked the
Ah,
Chiefs.
damn it. All right, fine.
Bears, Chiefs.
Is this game easy?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Chiefs.
Chiefs Bears.
This is Chiefs.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, damn it!
What?
Okay, yeah,
gotta
this was
be-
the
it's gotta be
lock, but
Chiefs.
I don't have the games in front of me, so I would have.
Yeah.
I wouldn't known. Yeah, I'll take the Chiefs.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
gonna be
Chiefs
easy.
Bears. Kansas City. Oh yeah, hometown. He likes the Chiefs too. Yeah,
Yep.
Chiefs.
Hometown.
Yeah.
Wait, is it from Kansas City, New Zealand?
No,
Kansas City, New
his
Zealand.
ex-wife's from Kansas.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kansas City's in Missouri, so.
Yep. Yep.
It's right there. It's right on the border.
It is right on the
It
border.
is.
It is. It is technically partially in Kansas too,
Yeah.
actually. So.
Cowboys, Cardinals.
Oh, well, maybe I should switch my luck. No, I'm gonna go. I'll keep it. I'll keep
This
it. I'll
Yeah,
go
that's
with
a
the
Cowboys.
assistant
Right.
coach's lock for the week. Cowboys.
Yeah,
at Cardinals.
that's
Yeah.
That's a smart one. I will also take the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Did we also say
Cowboys.
Greases
Yeah,
took the
that's-
Chiefs as well?
Chib Cowboys as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Steelers, Raiders.
yeah. Ooh.
Okay, here's the thing. Let me poison the well here a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Steelers are cursed against the Raiders. Like actually, like the Steelers have lost to the Raiders so many times, like in the most dumb ways. When the Raiders were so much worse and the Steelers were so much better, it's a curse. But Kenny Pickett broke that curse last year with that touchdown drive in like the ice game, basically, when it was like negative 2 degrees or something. And on the Franco Harris night. So the curse is broken, but our offense fucking sucks. So I'm gonna pick the Raiders.
I am also gonna pick the Raiders, actually.
Damn.
Yep.
I will be going Pittsburgh here, as will our assistant coach.
So I looked into your curse, as I am partially enthused by magic and also partially enthused by the fact that you clearly believe in magic.
True. But, yeah, as evidenced.
The record for recently, going back to like 2000, is pretty bad. It's like Raiders lose, win, lose, but then win, lose, win, lose, win, and then lose last year. So
I don't remember anything you just said.
And the thing you're not you're leaving out is a lot of those wins were when the Raiders were really fucking bad.
That's also true. Yep.
All right, fine. I'll take the Raiders. I also don't really believe in the Steelers that much.
Last pick, Raiders Steelers. I mean, I'm a homer, so I can't really answer that. But you'd like the Raiders. They look like a pirate kind of deal. You don't want them? Okay, Steelers. Okay.
All right.
The Steelers logo is a logo from a steel industry company.
It looks like Wonder Bread. It looks like the Wonder Bread logo.
It does look like Wonder Bread.
He picks Steelers. All right.
All right. Eagles, Buccaneers.
Oh wait, there's another fucking game. You're right. Shit. I have this Monday night.
Yep. 2 Mondays.
Yeah. Why? What's with the double Mondays?
I have no idea. I think the first 2 weeks they do that, or the first 3 weeks. I don't know.
Doing it for a few years.
There's no bye weeks, I guess.
Have they? I always forget every year.
Yeah, because next week there is no 2 Mondays, just 1 Monday.
Okay.
Well, I'm not going to be exciting. I'm just going to pick the Eagles.
Yeah, it's the Eagles.
Same. Yep. As will our assistant coach, and I think
you're anti-pirate.
You know what? I'm gonna go Baker Mayfield Buccaneers.
Oh my God! I'd like to see it.
You know what? That's not that risky of a coach pick.
I think the defense is solid. Baker's been playing all right. I think
they're at home. You're getting baited by them playing a very mixed up Bengals team, and then also whoever the fuck they played last week.
The Bears,
The Bears, but that's true. But I mean, still, good receiving core. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin.
Yeah, the Eagles didn't really impress me when they played the Vikings. Like, they were kind of sloppy. I was like, So you know what? I think the Buccaneers can take this game. I think the Eagles are the better team still, but
all right. What's the other Monday game?
Rams, Bengals.
I gotta give
the
Karisu,
Bengals have to win.
I gotta give Karisu a big time shout out for the Rams pick here, because that is some belief in Matty Stafford. I want to say.
I don't know. Their rookie wide receiver is so good too. I don't remember his name.
Puka Nacua. We were talking about
insane,
him a lot today.
But the Bengals, there's no way
and Tutu
the Bengals start 0-3. I don't believe it. No, it's Bengals 100%.
It's got to be Bengals. Yeah, the Rams pick is bold and beautiful, but I'm picking Bengals.
Bengals Rams.
I am actually going to take the Rams.
Rams from Chibley. Yeah.
Rams.
Rob with the Rams pick too.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think the Rams are looking better than the Bengals are right now.
I agree, but I think the Bengals have to win this game, and they're at home, so I'm going to take the Bengals.
Yeah. How good are they at Monday night?
I don't think it matters. I think they have to win.
I don't think they're very good, actually.
They're probably not that good. I feel like they got to win.
They have to win.
Yeah. Randy.
Wait, is this their first Monday night game since 2006, or is this locked because I need to sign in? Are you getting?
I don't know.
Kidding me? The more recent years of this site are locked because you need to make an account.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well,
I love this country.
Yeah.
What a great country.
We have 49ers.
Yep.
Falcons.
Yeah.
Yep.
Vikings.
Yep.
Saints.
Okay.
Jaguars.
Okay.
Broncos.
Wow.
Titans.
Yeah.
Yep.
Commanders.
Wow.
Colts.
Okay.
Patriots.
Okay.
Panthers.
Randy.
Bears. Oh boy, Cowboys,
Yep.
Steelers, Eagles,
Mm-hmm.
Rams.
He picked the Rams.
You know what?
And-
After seeing Randy's picks, I think I understand that his NFC record.
Yep.
It's gonna be so
Uh,
funny when he locks the Bears. Dude.
He is locked. The Jaguars.
Wow. You know what? I respect it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. And that will do it for this week in football. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Also, here's Patreon members. Thank you very much. Being a
Patrons.
Patreon member, patron. Here it is. Take
There's your name
take a
there.
Look. Your name could be there. There they
Look at
are.
you
A whole
right there.
bunch
I
of
see
stuff.
you.
Wow, look at that. There's more. Look at that. Wow, that's crazy. And we will be back next week for more football.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Bye-bye.
Bye.